That's not be said. They know they hide down. It's very, very, very pure. Imagine that rice they divided. Now stone, some part of the rice don't spoil. So it's just like, you remember during the campaign, Rice Association of Nigeria, they contributed to Tinubu's campaign. It's just they are just even Peter Obi said it. Yeah, he said it. He said a lot of the budgets is just going back to Tinubu, paying back his people. You think those people, they want us to survive? The APC is like the devil. They will never give you opportunity to breathe. The devil will never give you opportunity to breathe until the day you break his back, break his neck, break his leg, break everything that is his being. That's the only way. That is APC for you. APC will never give us breathing space. But the truth about it is that no matter how we protest, we will just be making a statement. Our voice will be heard. But these guys will not back down because we are protesting. Except, like I said, except it is something different than the world has ever seen, because Nigeria is a very, very unique country. And our participation is very, 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 very important. So every time I find the opportunity to be on space and I still see our generals, our field marshals, I still see every one of you who is here still speaking up. Trust me, man, it means we are still doing something. And every time we have the opportunity, when the opportunity comes, because I also told myself, I said, this hardship people they see now, strategy now will come out us from this place. So we'll start talking about PVC, because just 8 months, I mean 9 months we don't spend right now. People everywhere don't choke. You carry 10,000 naira to the market, you would buy something of waiting 10,000 naira supposed buy, maybe now 3-5 or 4K inside. So people are changing business. You can't forecast you can't do anything, because in the morning, if you enter bus for money now 400, when they come out for evening, you enter 800. So what are you talking about? Renewed shege. We will see shege until our eyes open. So by no, the obedience are not part of the major problem in Nigeria, because we have done what any noble Nigeria should do. Sacrifice your time, sacrifice your money, sacrifice everything. People died in the line of trying to rescue Nigeria. But some of our brothers and sisters that believe that their stomach is better than any other person's stomach, they don't believe, say, Tinubu is supposed to come back. But now, he was supposed to reach where he's supposed to, with all the allegations. But now he's here. And we are back to where we were. But the only good thing is that we have learned our lesson. And if we can work hard and, continue to do things differently, it's possible. And it is very, very possible. We'll be able to effect change and reduce the shege, because the shege is killing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, for your efforts and all you do to ensure that we don't keep quiet. I yield my mic. I'm not going to your pastures. Thank you.
Thank you, Green Purple. Thank you very much for that submission. I agree with you when you said you want the shege to continue. Trust me, this is only the beginning, like you can see at the top here. But quickly, Anka Dede, you're welcome to this space. I don't know, welcome. Talk to the people. Welcome to this space. Thank you for being here as a co-host. Say hello to everybody, Anka Dede.
Oh, my people, Simka, thank you so much. Bishop. Oh, my goodness. My peoples. Oh, I bring greetings. I will always bring greetings. I don't know about the good part of it, because I can't find the good in it. It's been heart-wrenching, I almost promised myself, just to take that back seat and just sit down and watch, because my heart was totally broken after the judiciary messed us all up. And I have, in this new year, I no go agree for anybody, but how do we deal with the devil, the demon amongst us? So I just said, should I tune off? Should I just stop watch? Every day there is something new, brand new, never seen before, never read about, never expecting that the bottom could fall off like that. But there is no bottom to this Nigeria that I'm observing. It pains my heart, to be honest. I said, okay, let me just be listening. At a point, I said, I think I will stop listening because I don't want it to turn to something sad, sadder than it is for me. But I still can't resist it. I wake up every morning, 4 a.m. I check. We're still talking. 6 a.m. I check. We're still talking. I'm at work. I'm listening. We're on a roller coaster. We're on Space Mountain. Viam, 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 viam. When are we going to land? Where are we going to land? I just woke up. I just woke up. The first person I heard was Bera. Bera is a Better Nigeria. And I'm like, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. After Bera comes Green Purple. I'm like, yeah. My people, this is my, let me introduce it this way. Let us not beat ourselves up. We know that we won that election. They are now begging for assistance. They are looking for their
Okay, can you hear
passport.
me?
Yes.
Can you please hold on until you are being called? Henry, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't even hear Henry. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Mama. Go ahead.
Okay. So, my, what do they call it? Train of thought or model of thought. But it's all good. Where was I going with this? Anyway. Why don't I'm going to be here, I'm going to try to co-host because I said we have to engage. We cannot cede this territory. It is ours. This social media, it is ours. But Jamila can come and take care of his problem in America. If it's a lie, let him say so. We have to up that mic. He cannot want to suppress freedom of speech when he knows what he did in the US. If it is not true, let him come and debunk it. You have to up that mic to the highest level. They don't want to hear it. We must tell them. He cannot tell us to be positive, to talk about Nigeria in a positive light. What positivity can come from a drug baron? A man who forfeited $460,000 US dollars for money laundering from drug trafficking. How else do you say it? You want positive image? Chicago State University is there. Purple green, you just said it. They never, the Supreme Court, the judiciary, never ruled on the Chicago State University. Is it a lie? Did he not forge the certificate? The university said the certificate he tendered was not issued by them. What is the definition of forgery? And we want to project a positive image. Yes, our positive image has come out of Côte d'Ivoire. And by his grace, we will get that trophy that belongs to all Nigerians. Not APC, criminal organization. They want positive image. How? How do you say no to drugs when a drug dealer is at the head of your country? The list goes on and on and on and on. I got a kick, and let me put it this way, yesterday, when somebody calls me and says, oh, my Megat's wife called to say that the price of local rice is now 50,000 naira for the bag. I said, is that bad? The foreign rice is 80,000. So they can now be eating local rice. Is she complaining? He said, no, she's not complaining, because we used to banter if Nigeria is good or not. So I'm like, is she complaining? He says, no, she is not complaining, but that the problem is that she's saying that people don't buy the local rice anymore because they don't have money. I said, then she's complaining. She's selling rice, but she can't sell her rice because there's nobody to buy the rice. Okay, so is Nigeria working now? Another person wrote somewhere, some foolishness. but a bag of rice in Mongolia or wherever the person was talking about was 380. It was in gas of rice they were bantering about was 380 naira or whatever amount, something really really high. And I'm like, but did you tell us the minimum wage in Mongolia? Your minimum wage is 30,000 naira, and the bag of rice is 60,000, 80,000 naira. How do you do it? Where do you start? Why wouldn't they protest in Niger State? How much money are they making in Niger State to be able to buy food every day for their families? And now what I saw on Twitter is that Niger State is banning people from exporting food grown in Niger State. So what do they want to the poor? Suffocate them. They can't sell their produce. Nobody can go there and buy, so that the poor can get a little bit of money to buy that rice. Must they eat gari? I just weaken. But my thing, the reason I accepted this bishop is that we have to keep this space. It belongs to us. This super highway is ours. They cannot ban Twitter. Let them try. Let them try. They will not succeed because Nigerians are smarter than that. And we must stay here. This is a protest. People are saying, hit the street, hit the street, hit the street. Please, my people, if you go out to the street, is it going to be sustained every day like we do on spaces? If you go out to protest and they say, just let those people pass, when they pass, the noise will go with it. And after that day's protest, what next? Yes, they are protesting. So let's not be saying hit the street. We are already on the street. People are protesting. That's what they did in Kano. That's what they're doing in Niger. That's what they did in Nasarawa. Keep doing that every now and then for whatever reason that is not making the people settle. But at the same time, this space, people are on this space from all over the world, not from one state in Nigeria. So we must be protesting on this space. Keep our voices louder and louder and louder, because the world, people are hearing. People are see what they now did with the dollar. You can no longer send dollar home and that person will get their dollar because it's paining them. They hear about remittances. It's paining them that we are sending money to our families and they use it to buy that food that they don't want them to eat. So now they want to take all your dollars. The dollars they have borrowed from IMF is not enough. The dollars that they have sold oil for 3 years in advance is not enough. Now they want to dip into the pockets of Nigerians. Keep your eyes wide open. They now want to collect, they heard the billions of remittances that goes into Nigeria every year. That's what they want. Thieves. Thieves. Call them what they are. They are thieves. So please, my people, we cannot feed this space. We cannot. I don't keep, how they say, if it's too hot, don't stay in the kitchen. If it's too hot for you, get out. The kitchen is supposed to be hot. This super highway didn't he say it is that highway of his Agbado, whatever he called it. Let them not come into this space. It's going to be a long day. It's Friday. Just greetings to everybody on space. Rita, I see you. The official, Fatai, all my peoples, all my obedient family. I say I wouldn't even go to those Agbado spaces because those people are poisonous. They are toxic. Nigeria is getting toxic for my liking. But anyway, I just greet everybody. Tony, I see you. Everybody on space, reformed. Pat, congratulations. I saw your posting, my dear. Take heart. It is well. That's how we say it. It is well. Delichi, I haven't heard your voice in a while. So I'm going to be on this space for the rest of the day, as long as Bishop gives us the ride. Thank you so much, Bishop. Thank you.
Mama, I will enter your account now. The safest way they cry, they see road. I will enter your DM. I said account. I will enter your DM now. I see your account, sir. And so, guys, like I said, this space is being broadcast live on NjenjeTV. I will post the link So the broadcast on YouTube. Please, guys, you can go there, share, subscribe to Njenje TV, and enjoy the content there. So please, we are live on YouTube, all right? So you can go there. I just posted the link on the comment section of this space. So just click on the comment section and go there. You see the link. Thank you very much. Mommy Anka Dede, please, I'll come to your DM now. Thank you very much. SIM card, thank you for doing the Lord's work. Over to you, sir. Pels, I see you. Pels, welcome. Welcome, Pels. Thank you. I see you. Welcome. Simdula, I see you too. Welcome, welcome, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Bishop Mommy Kadede. Thank you so very much for that beautiful submission. Sheila, my man, welcome, peers, welcome everybody once again. And we're here to discuss the hardship in Nigeria, and there have been pockets of protests here and there. It's not been easy. Everybody has been crying up and down, like we didn't tell them about these red flags. We did announce, we cried, we spent money, we campaigned, we did everything, but still it fell into deaf ear. But at least they can see the result now. Barely few months, not even up to a year, and they're crying. People are gnashing of teeth and all of that. They are dipping on into our reserves, and everything is just going the other way. They are asking for solutions. If you have ideas, bring ideas, not criticize here and there, all of it. So let's just discuss the hardship around. Welcome once more. Who's next to go on? Let me take justice for the masses. Okay, if you are ready, you have the mic.
All right. Well done, everybody. I stand on the existing protocol. SIM card, I greet you special. Kadeda, I greet you special. The bishop, I greet you special. I can also see my chief here, Chief Melum, I greet you special. Otumba Dike, na men mount for this space. Men mount, men and women, comrades, now also mount here. I greet everybody special. Wonderful Friday to everybody. We don't see them now. I'm actually justice for the masses, representing the masses of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But as it is now, the masses are not happy. The masses are crying. And when masses they cry, you understand, you're gonna say water don't pass, Gary. Unfortunately, or do I say fortunately, no be human being again, they organize protest for Nigeria, na hunger. Now, hunger, they organize protests. All those people we see where they protest for Niger, for Suleja, for Kano. Nobody go arrange them. No be that people go tell them, say, "We come and go protest." Now, them themselves come out on their own. When hunger, wire, everybody begin come out. And we talk this in that time. This man no get anything. They say no, now him blueprint they use do Lagos. We say okay, bring the blueprint, can't do Nigeria. They say the blueprint don't lost. As a con lost now, that the ask Peter will be making bring his own blueprint. They beg Peter to be okay, give us your own blueprint. See, somebody asked a question. We sure say we won't get grains for our foreign reserve. We sure say we get grains for our foreign reserve. Because APC na party of propaganda, fake bishop, fake rice pyramid. They carry fake picture. They carry Donald Duck picture. Say na Tinubu get am. Everything about them na either stolen picture or by propaganda. But like somebody said, you understand, this Nigeria we don't deserve this. We don't deserve this. And this is not the time to wail, because it don't happen. If we add wailing to waiting they happen to our stomach now or more, it's gonna be a long day, man. It's gonna be a long day. So this is not the time to wail. We will not leave this space. We will keep talking, we'll keep saying it, we'll keep putting them under pressure to do the right thing. But I hope the Nigerians, this thing that is happening now will inform their ideas towards 2027, because it is not far. It is not far. I hope you know how APC they do towards the election. They go bring, they do some certain things, right? And before you know, they go sway the minds of the gullibles. We have to, as we don't mount here, so we will continue to the mount, because the hunger no easy. Let me tell us a true life story that happened to me. I just came back from where I traveled to, and I was completely out of pocket. And I called a friend. I said, "Guy, look, Omo, the hunger didn't enter my house. So how far?" The guy now sent money to me. Then I said, "Okay, some few people said they even come in, make I even help them with some cash." So I begin to distribute the money where they send to me again. They give some 1 or 2 friends, make them happy, buy something, put for house. If I see the messages where they get, like, say, I don't give them one big thing. The hunger is real, man. It's real. It's very, very real. It's real. Now, reality, now everybody don't they face. And we saw this thing back then before the election. We told people, this person where we now see, he didn't day. Let us not test the waters with our 2 feet. No carry 2 legs, they test water. No try. They say no. He build Lagos. I seen build Lagos, he go build Nigeria. Now they ask me to be give you blueprint. What about the blueprint you use in building Lagos? Where is the blueprint? Bring it out now. Masses are not happy. The office I'm representing, they are not happy. And that is why you see protests happening almost every state now in Nigeria. The masses are protesting and they are crying. And they are begging, Joe, a big power. Agro na guan. Muna di nyungwa. I don't speak, in the 3 major languages. Who know I do not know they hear the 3 major languages. Okay, let me say it again. A big power. Agro na guan. Muna di nyungwa. Now waiting the masses there for streets, they cry. That is what the masses are crying out in the street for. But just like Dan Kadede said, you understand, we will not back down. We will not retreat. We will not surrender. Forward ever, backward never. This is not the time for us to cower. We will not give up. Wallahi, we will not give up. Thank you. Greetings to everyone.
Thank you so very much, Justice, for the masses. That was very good submission. And let's move quickly to the next person, who happens to be the omitted sense. Please borrow us sense here, please. Thank you very much. The omitted sense, are you there? You have the mic.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm here, but I don't know. I'm actually not the next person, because I think I met some hands up when I came up. Thank
As
you.
it is, you are the next. As it is, you are the next to speak. Except you are not prepared to speak now.
Good afternoon.
Good
afternoon, my brother Simkade. Good afternoon, Mommy Ankadede, and the Bishop, my brother. I greet you all. You know, is a bit tiring actually. Watching as our fears unfold right before our eyes in Nigeria. What we struggled so hard to avoid, trying as much as we could day and night to let these people see the bigger picture that is beyond politics, but so many of them were bent on ignorance and the little penny they were gaining from cheating themselves. So it's quite unfortunate. It's pathetic to me that we all are victims right now. That is the thing. but I believe by now, so many of them must have come to the realization that it is not what it is. And I pray that they get it right if the opportunity should be given once more. So, and again, I will say that I appreciate every obedience. I appreciate every one of us for standing firm and never deter, and also being persistent in this struggle. Honestly speaking, it's all we got to do, because we're not struggling for anybody. We are struggling for our own life. APC is a very deadly occult that has come to destroy everybody. So we all need to continue fighting until we fight our lives out of these people. I think that is all I want. I can urge every one of us, honestly. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you to every one of us that still stand in this. I really, really appreciate. Thanks.
Thank you so very much. Thank you very much for that submission. Let's move quickly to Green Purple. Green Purple, please be quick. 3 minutes, you have the mic, and immediately after that, we'll go to Peter. Take it away.
Thank you. I take it away. Simca. Yeah, so I was actually trying to, also make some observation from these Niger states. Imagine a state governor who is already, banning other people from coming into the state to buy products. So it goes a long way to show you that as Nigeria is like this, we already have massive food shortage in Nigeria. We have serious food shortage in Nigeria. And there's no way we actually should not have food shortage, because insecurity is a major problem that has bedeviled Nigeria. Natural people who could actually, Nigerians that will actually go into the farm to go and farm and, earn something, for at least the food the families can eat. It is a big and major problem. And then this social media, I was like, I like the fact that we're, this uh, um reunion that we're having. Why I say reunion, because I consider myself to be part of those people who tried as much as we can to speak out before the election and campaign. After that election, a lot of people, I felt really bad that Peter Obi was not declared winner, knowing fully that he won the election. To an extent, just like Mommy Anka Dede said too, I just went into my shelf. It was, some recently I started like coming out to, like, even though I was doing other community work, party work, but to even come out and speak, I felt one of the major things I was asking myself is it just talk that will be talking as? But I now discover that even the talk that we're talking itself, the thing they pepper them. I will not lie to you. What Mommy Anka Dede said about when we're protesting, if you are protesting in Lagos right now, you are protesting in Sulere, most of the time the protest is confined to that environment. But when we are on the space where you can't round everybody up, that's why I noticed that these spaces that were beginning to hold, or rather that were keeping in motion to continuously talk about what is happening in Nigeria, is already giving them shivers. And the truth about it is that we Nigerians are not stupid. They banned it before they saw the results. Instead of trying to confine us to just Nigeria, VPN now started taking us to trend in the UK, taking us to trend in other countries. So if they are stupid enough to feel that banning social media or banning X might be the next, or regulate it in whichever stupid way they want to do, because to me, I feel the Freedom of Information Act already covers for everything. It already covers for our freedom to be able to express ourselves. Just like the other time that I think it was I'm trying to remember the name, that was talking about that, do we really have a president? And it's true. Do we really have a president? If we have a president in Nigeria, countries that have presidents, you know how they operate. Countries that have presidents that come into power to say they want to do something. Recently, Ruto was in he was in Japan talking about how the country itself will generate funds. They don't want to be second fiddle to any other country. They want to be able to generate funds from their own. They want to be able to, move their country in Peter Obi's voice from consumption to production. Don't expect the economy of a country that is going to get better. How is it going to get better when you're not producing anything? Even the little one that it is to feed your country, you can't do that. I think we're actually in for some serious Shege Pro Max. And I just pray that, yes, these voices that are coming together again to actually continuously speak towards the wickedness of this APC administration and Tinubu administration will continuously have its voice. That was just my observation. Thank you very much, the co-host SIM card and every other person who is hosting and co-hosting or actually taking out time to also be here. Yeah, thank you. I yield my mic. Nagodi.
Thank you so very much. That's a beautiful submission. And let's move to the next person quickly. I had Peter here before. Did he drop off or something? Okay. Since Peter is not here, Professor Obeking, are you ready to speak to us? You have the mic, sir. Professor Obed King, are you there?
Yes, thank you very much, my brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I salute my friends. Though we've not seen face to face, I've known most of you. Thank you, my beloved sister, Madam Akadede. You are not speaking. I've not heard your voice now quite a while. I hope you are good. Thank you, Bishop. I've not heard your voice for a while too. And Sim, I don't know where you come from. Your voice is very nice. And many people are here. Names are very long to mention. I see you all. And I'm very happy to join all Nigerian spaces, even my busy schedule. I can multitask. My few thanks I want to drop to you for everybody and make sure that you are not fighting for the saints, like what they do in criminality government we have out there. Well, that's a kind of metaphor. What I'll be saying is this: I will not change my words. Right from day one, before the inauguration, I said Nigeria does not have a president. I will never make mistake to call Tinubu the president of my country where I originally belong. Nigeria is Nigeria. Home is home. It doesn't matter where some of us are living in Japan, or living in US, living in Europe, living in Australia, or like Israel Adesanya. We've not heard from him. That's what most Nigerians do, fight in the octagon. We've not heard speaking about the corruption in Nigeria. If I see that guy, I will fight with him. He may win me, but I will fight with him. He lives in New Zealand, right? So it doesn't matter where we are. We need to come back home. Our home is home. So Tinubu is not the president of Nigeria. That is to say, legally speaking, but I did law. Law is one of my programs, right? So legally, Tinubu is not a legally recognized president of Nigeria. We cannot deceive ourselves. Very simple. So we are right there. You want me to go a little bit history quickly? Buhari's tenure, 8 years. He was not the president. You guys might want to debate with me. Just call me, send me a DM. Buhari was not the president of Nigeria. I don't know why we are deceiving ourselves. On legal standpoint, like the last speaker just spoke, or the two last speakers, Buhari was not the president. I don't know why we are I was in a speech a few days ago. Somebody was talking about legitimacy of Nigerians. That's the truth. I don't know. Wait. Buhari was not. Now, Tinubu again was not. So, it's not. So, what are we doing? So, 8 plus 4, how many years now? And if we are talking, we don't mount pressure, what happened to be 8 plus 8? How many is that? All right. So what are we talking about? For me, the solution, I put something on the double throne right now. That's my belief. I believe we have to really put pressure out, call for revolution. Period. I don't care whatever one or two people think, oh, bro, don't say that. We have to call for revolution. Revolution will be national and international. That we have to, on the revolution, we'll say, we didn't have President Buhari. That is where we're going to start from. We're going to start analyzing it, what we mean by that. And this very guy right here, we don't have a president. So what are we talking about? I was reading, I commented, I've not posted it on Ose. Is this guy in Rice News? If I read, I think that was yesterday tweet. He said this party. He said certain party. I commented. I said, what do you mean by this party? Certain party. I just wanted to dive in right there and then go more. A journalist is afraid to mention APC on national TV. So do we have a country? We don't. We don't. When you are afraid, you cannot mention what you want to say. You try to beat around the bush. We are not. We don't. So I don't know. That's what I'm going to say right here. Round up with this with the next 1 minute is that we can never. You see it right there. Please tweet it. Retweet it. Say giving up is not an option in my book. I rise, I fall, I rise again. That is what we're going to do. I'm telling you all guys out there living abroad and you all are out there living in Nigeria, we need to come together and say, we are not giving up. You guys are messing up. Time with Femi, folks. What about the football part? The football. Sorry, I was thinking about that language. The football, something that I'm sorry. When I speak English, I speak other language too in my brain. So the last match that happened between South Africa and Nigeria. You guys watch it when they said that Shetima in stadium make the Green Eagle to win. Can you imagine what nation you will hear government saying that? That means they're just laughing at people. They're laughing at us. Because right there in the secret, they say, these guys, they will talk and come on, let's work on the next election. We're gonna, they will cry. That's what they are saying. So I round up with the last statement. In Holland, that was in 1672. That was few centuries ago. That is 1672. Google it. In Holland, people were suffering just what is happening in Nigeria now. And they said, we cannot anymore. What I like about Caucasians is that they don't talk too much. Africans will talk too much. And they just say, you know what? We cannot wait anymore. They did it in Paris, but I don't have the time right now. So in that period, they went ahead, they captured this very ruler, this very leader, prime minister, quote unquote, and they killed him. They killed his brother, the mob, angry mob. They killed them and they ate them partially. Whether they swallow, they didn't swallow, don't ask me. I wasn't born then. Okay? So that's not what happened. This is the kind of thing we need to have in Africa, in Nigeria. That when the angry mob, they will march down. They say, Buhari, you stole our lives. You kill our brothers. You kill our sisters. You kill our children. You destroy our future. Even Africans living in diaspora who work for Nigeria, they cannot invest back home. For me, I have 1-2 cents to invest in Nigeria. I cannot. What I did failed because the system doesn't work. So you kill us, Buhari, and you didn't drop from that very office you were. You were sick in UK. You use all those bigotry to kind of distract the people what they're doing right now. And now this man has come again. We voted for someone we love so much. Someone who has passion, who has a dream, who has a feeling. They call it stingy, whatever. His track record is unbeatable. This man, he wants to change Nigeria. He wants to change Africa. And you stole this guy from us. You stole him from us. And you were staying there for 4 years. You went to Paris and waste our currency, our suffering. And now you are still, you Shetima went to stadium. Look at what you are tweeting. You're destroying us. We cannot anymore. We cannot anymore. That is the point. I will change Nigeria. And that's what kind of debate I'm interested to be, not just this premium talk and pass the mic. We're going to debate. We're going to talk facts. I'm going to incite that angry mob to rise up like Holland did. And go to Holland right now. I think I'll be there a few years ago. I need to travel there back again. You know, I have my family were born there. You know, I have a home there, kind of my family home. And then you see, Holland is so beautiful. I mean, people are very nice and all that. If you don't mind, I'm sorry. Let me just add Denmark. Just 30 seconds, please. You see, in Denmark, I met a lady. I had a coffee with her. I was showing her my book, and I said, "Can you buy my book?" And then that's what I do. I do marketing. I do everything. And then I said, "Where is it?" I show her in Amazon. She's in her 50s. Oh, say something else. 2 kids. One live in Finland. I've been to Finland too. I was talking about Scandinavian, and then we talking about Africa because I'm passionate about Nigeria. And I asked her, I said, "What's that?" He said, "Hey, wait. I have a story." Say, someone came to a hotel when I was younger, and he's a very kind of whatever. She told me the story, and then one point she mentioned, she said, the Queen of Denmark right now. One day she said, "You guys, you should go back to work." So the Queen of England, the Queen of Denmark said, "You government paying you. No, this government privileges and money, whatever, we cut it down. You guys just work like other citizens." That's what she did before she dropped. I think the new king just was swearing out recently. And Denmark, I talk about how Denmark is bringing revolution. I say, wow, look at that, look at that, look at that. We have a lot that we have to copy from the West. And then if you look at the system there, it's unbelievable. And people are living better. And we talk back and forth. Finally, she bought my book and gave me a photo. I said, "Hey, look, I bought your book." I said, "Give me a photo with the book." She sent it to me. I put it right there. She's Caucasian. So, folks, these are practical terms. And this is what we can do if we unite together. Not dropping people, blocking people. People are just, and I want to also add this too, when you see someone on the spaces, say, "I block you," you say, "Stop. This is
Okay,
not
okay,
you
Prof. You said 30
No,
seconds.
just one sec now. Let me don't interrupt 1 minute. This is a free speech. You know, that's what I fight for. Let me land. If you want
Prof,
to
I
report,
beg.
let me
I
land.
take God name, beg you. I
No,
beg.
just 1 minute. Loa, let me report. Let me 1 minute. If I finish report, I'm going to wisdom. It's wisdom. No, I hate that coming up on space. You just don't know. Let people speak freely.
No,
We can debate.
don't leave the ranch.
No,
Prof, you're a prof.
let
Don't
me
leave the
finish
ranch.
now.
Don't leave the ranch.
You will give me
Stay in the ranch. Stay in the ranch.
Okay, I know, no. Just wait.
Don't
Meet
go
your mind.
off the ranch.
I know.
Please.
Wait now, Kadedi. You're gonna
I
debate
take
with
God
me or
name,
what?
beg you. I beg.
You know,
Prof,
let me tell you.
Prof, can you round up for us, please? Thank you.
Yeah,
sir.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you very much. I said 30 seconds. One thing that we just did right now, you guys are doing brilliant. But then what I suggest to you guys, let people vent, whether they jump to east and west, the debate. We love debate. This issue of don't say that, it will not help us. That's one of the, it will not help us, please. What you even made me to forget what I was going to say. Yeah, I remember. So my point is this, is the part of unity. It's in the scriptures, in Psalm 133. It's how beautiful it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Unity means that sometimes if I even call Akadede, you did something wrong. She would just say, "What did I do wrong, my brother?" I will explain, say, "I'm sorry." Not say, "I'm going to insult me." No, I'll just tell you, Akadede, you did something wrong. Prof, you did something wrong. Say, "What did I do wrong?" This is unity. And this we must learn that. So please, let's keep the work. And God will bless every one of us when we don't quit and we'll get the victory done.
Thank you, Prof. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Prof, if everybody talk like you, the space na 30 minutes.
Prof say never hear Ankadede talk.
Bob.
When Ankadede talk.
I say, Prof ready to take 1 hour.
No. Hey, don't dance on me now. Focus on what I said. You guys owe me a coffee, okay?
Prof, I'm a comedian. I just the play. Like that your book now. What if I talk to that your book supposed to be 1 million pages?
No, my book, I don't write so much. I talk better than what I write.
It's okay.
Really, I'm
Thank
very
you.
little in writing, really. I think my book is about 260 something pages.
Okay,
because
so our next space, come just give us a written note and we'll read it out. Thank you very much. God bless you. All right, that's a good one. Let's go to the next speaker. We had Peter before and he fell off, and we've been having a Sizwe Bansi. Yeah, so I think The mic is yours. Immediately after you, Peter comes up again. Sizwe Bansi, you have the mic.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Prof, I I I listen to you and I can see your passion and all that, you know. One thing we should know is that these people are a group of monkeys. You know, when each time you see them going, doing all these white elephant stuffs, ranting around. I mean, these so-called leaders and these so-called APC people. You just realize that they are a group of monkeys that took over a car or a ride, whatever it may be, but don't know how to pilot it. They don't know how to drive it. If you look at the way how they come into power, you understand that nothing good, I repeat, nothing good will ever come out of this administration. These are a bunch of crooks, criminals, thieves that feels like, you know, leadership is by Bajue, the way they try to use it against the Labour Party. But they are the real Bajue. They think once you enter there, Emilio come because he's always had his way through corruption and all that. Things once he entered, everything will begin. You know, he just start commanding. I don't know how they all thought leadership in Nigeria was. Now they have invaded the car. They took the car by force, but they can't drive it. Look at them. And each time people talk, I don't. They are. We talk about Emilocon. We talk about, but nobody is talking about the real thieves, the real criminals. You hardly hear anyone mention Akpabio in most of the spaces, anywhere you go. It's as if no people are not mindful of that criminal, whom I personally know that Akpabio is more corrupt than that Emiloko. You see that Akpabio, when these people took power, I looked at it, I laughed. I said, when these guys finish with Nigeria, when these guys, if you know the amount of criminality going on in that Senate, Akpabio, if you know his history, doesn't stay where there is no stealing. And it's not a normal stealing. Akpabio sees this, the Nigeria as is, since he can't get it through the presidency, he's just sitting down there, looting and looting and looting. Nobody talks about Akpabio, any space you go. But what the damage those people are doing is even way evil than this Emilokon that you guys see. And each time they are putting regulation, you send money to Nigeria, you have to get it in Naira. Is that the thing that will stop that use corruption? What about their criminality? This former governor of Kogi State, do you know the amount of, stealings that these guys are doing? These people are the main people rendering the Naira useless. If you live in Abuja, go there. I don't know what time it is in Nigeria. Go there now and look at the number of hustle for dollar. If you like, let dollar be 2,000 to Naira. Let dollar be 5,000 to Naira. These criminal politicians are still coming to buy it in bulks, no matter what the rate is. And they turn around, they make it look like some of us, we not spending in Naira are the problem with all this rubbish. And mind you, they don't have what it takes to fix the country. They don't have what it takes to remedy the Naira. Because you have to start by dealing with them. How can corruption be fighting corruption? All these criminals that are hodling dollars, they want to loot. Do they loot in Naira? Do they loot in Naira? Well, some of us that already see that country has nowhere to go. We already made our move long time. But we just pity, like me, sometimes I just pity like people that don't support this government that fight that are back there in the country. These are the people I feel for. Because true, man, is a very, very hard situation. And I want to use this opportunity to send message. You see all these useless people running useless PR at this level for these guys. You guys don't know what is coming. This is just 7 months, and everybody is running this thing. By the time it knocks 1 year, all right, let me land with this. All of you, we must definitely reap what you sow. And again, guys, please continue with this pushback. The first thing that killed this administration is the media pushback. You know, before they were running this media propaganda with their already bought newspapers and all that. Today, everybody is now a journalist. You guys destroyed this administration even before it started. Go on Twitter, go everywhere. And these newspaper journal, they are very lazy people. They only come to Twitter to get their this thing, to source their information. Go through all the Nigerian newspaper. Nobody, no independence. Once they come, they copy one thing from Twitter and they go and package it over there. After all, they don't even allow them to operate freely. So, guys, keep doing what you are doing. Keep pushing back. And as long as everyone is aware and awoke to this nuisance or these people are penetrating, they will never move an inch with that government. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so very much, Sizwe Bansi. Bishop, please do well to drop those who have spoken before so we can get new persons up. But as you do so, Peter, you have the mic. Can you please speak? And immediately after, you will have OIK come up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. So, hardship in Nigeria, this is just the beginning. And I would also say this is actually just the beginning because when Emilokon just said this is time or this is turn, and he was not having anything on ground to run this country. He was just clueless. He just wanted power to grab it, to snatch it, and run with it. That was just what he wanted. So just drain this country, and that is what he's doing. Last week, when I was sitting with some friends, some group of men, Hausa men, were complaining that ya siga da muke siya 50,000 yanzu na siya 75,000. Let me just quickly translate. How possible is it that sugar that I was buying 55,000, I'm now buying it for 75,000? Wallahi, za mu yi ma Tinubu abin da muka yi ma Buhari. Let me equally translate. We'll do to Tinubu what we did to Buhari. What we did to Jonathan, rather, not Buhari, what we did to Jonathan. And I was tempted to ask them what they did to Jonathan. But I was just like, let me just let this slide because I believe some of us are just hypocrites. When I say some of us, we all know who I'm talking about. When Buhari was killing this country, nobody stood up to say, Buhari, you are doing too much. We are suffering or the country is draining. Nobody came out to say anything. But Emilokon is now ruling and everybody wants to protest. When we told these people that Emilokon had nothing, he cannot do anything to salvage this country. He had no blueprint, nothing to show for it. During campaign, he didn't say anything. He was just licking the mic and then telling us blah, blah. And he probably told us that he was going to reduce our purchasing power, which is what he's doing. In November, when I went to buy local rice, actually, a bag was around 50,000. Yes. Let me just say roughly 50,000 because I bought it for 48,000, 49,000. But when I went back February to buy, it was around 60,000. So these are some of the issues we've been telling these people. And I was equally telling a friend of mine who is a northerner that, but during campaign, I told you that Tinubu was not going to do anything, but you said, no, Tinubu was going to do something, that instead of you to vote for Peter Obi, it's better you vote for Tinubu.
Sorry, Peter, to interject you. Bishop, we're having connection problem. We're having connection problem. Bishop, if you can hear me, you may
I
have
think
to.
that I think they're reporting the space.
Okay, Peter, try and round up because we might crash,
Okay, so let me just say this is just the beginning, and I just hope Nigerians can do something and do it quickly, because if not, this country is actually going to be in a very big mess. Thank you. I'll just round up there. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mommy Ankadidi, can you please address us a little bit and introduce OIK for us, Mommy? Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say much anymore. I actually wanted to just yield the mic to OIK so that she can speak. I'm really concerned that I saw that a lot about the connection. So OIK, please take the mic.
Thank you, Miss Ankadede, Auntie Ankadede. Nice to have you on Spaces. Like me, I haven't been too much as well, but I'm happy you're back on, and you're co-hosting today. And on a lighter note, I want to refer to my brother, my friend, even though we can be at each other's neck. Prof, nice to have you. I just want you guys to know that Prof is always synonymous with blocking, okay? He cannot give a talk without talking about blocking. Not him blocking, but others blocking. So just know that, okay? Okay, so again, love the topic. Like what we were doing on Twitter Street, like Anka Dede mentioned. Let's keep doing what we're doing on Twitter Street. But Twitter Street is not enough. I know we all know it's not enough. And I know we all know the problem. We all know, but it's good to still keep talking about it, because like someone said earlier on, there's a new problem every day, every minute. I'm tired of looking at problems on Twitter. I'm scared oftentimes, even looking at photos. New problem every day. So yes, we still need to engage, keep talking about it on Twitter Street, on WhatsApp Street, Instagram Street, wherever you are at. But part of the solution, again, is for us to work. The hardship is going to get harder, but can we be more pragmatic? Can we be more realistic? It may be like you're campaigning, but even if you're campaigning, is okay. It's not too early to campaign. But can we start being more pragmatic, doing a little bit in our own corner, a little bit every day? A little bit for you could be on Twitter, on WhatsApp, but a little bit, most especially, could be you at home, calling a meeting on your street, talking to people, educating people, going to the newsstand, letting people know where you stand. Let them know your belief, breaking it down for them. Whether it's breaking down the news of the day, letting them know whether they're willing to hear or not. Perhaps one may hear you. Can you do that in your place of work? That difficult person that doesn't want to see, that doesn't want to compromise, wants to stick to either bigotry or whatever, or ignorance. There are loads of ignoramus in Nigeria. Ignoramuses. I'm sorry to use that word, but that is the truth. Even though we have a lot of educated people, there are a lot of ignorant, educated people, right? They're learned, but they don't seem to be able to differentiate right from wrong. Can we start talking to them? Again, you may not be campaigning, but letting them know good from bad, letting them know how a new Nigeria is possible. Again, I don't represent TNN network, but again, that's what they do. But we all been here. We're part of the new Nigeria. Tell them how you're feeling. Listen to how they're feeling. Those you can help a little bit, help, right? Can we start doing that in our own little sphere of influence? It goes a long way. And young people, I've talked to a lot of my colleagues, in their 50s, some in their 40s. They all talk about Nigeria, and they're all sad that the young people are being maneuvered. They're being, the political dispensation that we have now. And let me tell you, they're not smart, okay? We know that they have smarts to do bad things. They try to divide you guys more. They try to divide young people, and so that you go out and divide the whole Nigeria more in the lines of ethnicity and what have you. We shouldn't allow it, young people. The world is a global place. Young people are rising up all over the world. Racism is in America, okay? It's everywhere. More so in America against blacks and white. It's still there, but most of the young people, they are mainly a different breed from the older generation, from the baby boomers. You know, the generation X, Y, and what you call that generation, millennials, and even the new generation, the 10, 11-year-olds, like my nieces and nephews, you know,
Generation
they
Z.
are, they don't, Generation Z, thank you so much. They don't see color. They don't. Of course, I'm not saying they will see it a little bit because again they get to be influenced by their parents from time to time, you know, little things. But generally, they see people as people. Nigeria, it is high time. Don't let that division continue. See everybody as one. I want to see more Yorubas, more outside on this our spaces, young people. So go out, talk to your friends of the other ethnicity. Don't talk about your ethnicity so much. It doesn't matter. And that's how I live my life. I don't let ethnicity rule me. Maybe because I went to a federal government college school. When Nigeria was Nigeria, somebody had the idea, create federal government colleges. That goes a long way. And guess what? In an FDGC college, whether for boys or girls only, you meet people from everywhere. I met people from Zamfara, from Sokoto. I met Asabe. I met Mairo. I met Ikwo Youngbasi. I met Marcus Nomi. I met diverse people. We all live in the dorm, even though as young people, 10, 11, but that's a crucial age. We learned that Nigeria is one. Likewise, if you did your NYSC, oftentimes people want to go influence where they will do. Thank God I was of that opinion. Don't influence nothing. Go wherever you're posted to. When you go, it's a new world. You learn, you mix, you travel within your country, within the world. You know, it opens your mind every day. Young people, you don't need to travel out of the shore to know that traveling and talking to your neighbors from wherever, even Nigerians, these same Nigerians that are killing us. Some of us should be brave to give them some talking to when you have the opportunity. Yes, they are brothers. We have a large expanse of borderline between Nigeria and Niger. Our other borders are not like that. Borders in the south is mainly water and sea. So let's stretch out. Let's look for little things to do in addition to coming to spaces. And I mean it, do something. Okay? Now I want to use this as an opportunity. Yes, I'm going to talk about the TNN network. Presently, some of you may be aware, we've decided to solve with Brother Sanders taking the mantle. She goes there almost every day. We've decided to focus on the children at the IDP camp. The IDP camp in Bokos. I don't know if some of you have heard about it. They are camping from what happened in Bokos on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day last year. They are we all know that some of us know they're camping in a church, the COCIN, Cooking Church. Cooking Church are taking them in, they're managing there, they're staying there, those help them with their health and what have you. But TNN network, handled by Soul, Kunle, and some others, and with Miss Rhonda as well. We go every day to teach the kids because the kids have been abandoned. The kids are traumatized. We're doing a little bit. So the teachers that are even in the IDP camp have become teachers to the kids, right? If you come from outside, how often do they teach? 1 hour a day only. But these kids have been awakened. They have, they continue to their way. They are excited. They look to this, every day, 1 hour. They teach them hygiene. They teach them some schoolwork. We've given them books. In any case, we've been doing that. It's going on 3. This is the 3rd week, I think. It's going on the 4th week. Again, that's an area I just mentioned. Okay. Many of us here can do other stuff. Or if you want to fit in with this, you want to get involved, get them lead the way. Show
Oh,
us all
okay.
the beauty they
Oh,
possess
okay.
inside.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Give
you.
them a sense of pride to make it easier. So we're trying to make it easier. Okay?
Thank
So
you.
I'm using this
Thank you.
opportunity. Key in if you can. The mind is a beautiful thing to waste. We should invest in the keys or whatever you want to do for your sphere of influence. Thank you. Thank you, $1 Million Girl. I saw $1 Million Girl and stuff a while ago. You're doing great every time. I just love you. You inspire me. And thanks everybody here today. Have a great day. I'm free now to go to my work and turn off to unanimously. Thanks. Sorry, SIM card.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. Thank you for that very beautiful information. So long, but very beautiful. And like you said, you can partner with TNN. Very very key because the children need you. They've been let down by the government, by the people that they look up to. So if you think if you're being led to be part of TNN, you can reach out to OIK and get that sorted. Thank you so very much, Bishop. Please do well and drop people that have spoken so we can have fresh people come up. I think me, you are next. You have the mic. Can you please speak up? Thank you.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Yes,
okay,
we can
great,
hear you.
great. Thank you for the opportunity. So the topic says hardship in Nigeria. This is just the beginning. For me, uh, there's this saying back home. Morning shows the day, and I would bring us back to 2015 when the previous administration of Buhari. The guy came in, and I think in 7 or 8 months, he was yet to appoint a minister and was going about town bragging on how much he had saved, Nigeria by that, single act of irresponsibility. And we all saw how, that administration turned out. And, this new one has come in again. Already in less than a year, we already seeing, the problems that are beginning to crop up. But beyond all of that, basically by what we've seen so far, we can definitely predict how the next 3 years are going to go. Beyond all of that, though, while a lot of the speakers, have spoken quite passionately, talking about how, everybody needs to get on the streets, how there needs to be revolution and the likes. Beyond that, what actually are we doing? So right now, the government is in place and they're going to be in place for the next 2 years or so. How are we organizing? So for the last presidential elections, for the three individuals that were the major, candidates, uh, one of which was Peter Obi, yeah, after the elections and after all of the post-election tribunal and everything, Supreme Court has declared, basically the winner is the winner. There's nothing they can do about that. I would just be more interested in seeing how, even the goodwill that people be enjoyed before the elections and even after the election and is still enjoying. How is he able to, leverage on that such that, he starts organizing? Because it's a long-term plan that, has to be really strategic. Right now, a lot of the problems we had on the last elections from my observations were just based off the fact that for the party that, he was the flag bearer on, there was not that much of nationwide presence that spilled onto the polling booths to the extent of having like party agents monitor election results and stuff. So I think it's about time for him as well. Even with all of the problems he's having with his party, where the chairman of the party, whoever it is, does not appear to be in sync with him. So it's about time to begin to plan again, because this, no matter how vexed, no matter how angry we are, this government is going to be a place of peace. And I believe everybody on this space, basically, in your anger, in whatever you have, expressed today, everybody wants a better system, a better situation, a better living condition. And we all know that the present ruling party cannot do that. So how are we in our personal spaces? How are we, you understand, organizing and also planning? So they're dissipating all of the energy, and like taking placards, and everything, and saying, okay, because standard of living has gone through the roof, then we have to protest. And basically, with what we've seen about protests in the past, they have little to no effect when the protest is being made to a government that is seemingly in a cocoon, where basically they don't even feel the beat on the street. So for me, it's about organizing such that we begin to look forward to the next 3 years. The next election, I believe, is going to be in 2027. So how are we organizing? How are we beginning to become strategic such that, all of the problems we have identified, that occurred in the last elections, how in conjunction with, the candidates who I believe almost everybody on this is wanted to come in. How are we able to nip all of this in the board and see that we bring in somebody who I believe has the hearts to serve and to govern the people. We all saw before the Buhari administration came in, we all saw how they went about painting the PDP government and administration, black. We also how they came up with different kind of protests. They bring back our girls protests, the Occupy Nigeria protests. These guys, were loaded. They were able to be strategic in their organizing. And, a lot of Nigerians at the end of the day said, okay, we're tired of PDP. Let's try a different person. Let's try a different person. So we are at that stage now where a lot of Nigerians, even those who voted for this present government, are now tired. How are we able to combat that anger? How are we able to combat, that, angst into something that is productive and that would indeed, bring about the change that we all desire? I yield the mic. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Akingbemi. Please just hold off a second. I listen.
Sorry, if I might have the mic. Sorry.
No,
I haven't spoken and I've been.
Hold on, Chidozie. Just hold on a second.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. So Akingbemi, I hear you and points and no points, and what you saw actually observed pre-Buhari administration and your propositions for the next 3 years or 2027 or whatever. I just have one quick question for you. If you could explain the role of the judiciary in the last election and how you see that role playing out in 2027, if you're thinking that something would work differently with an evil empire, could you expand on what you see as the role? Because you have expressed your role for the citizens to organize, to do what they did already. You want them to do it again. Or could you speak to the elephant in the room, the judiciary, and the role they played in 2023 and the role you see playing in 2027? Please, take a minute.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for giving the opportunity again. So with regards to the role that judiciary played in the last elections, I would say it's not that much of a surprise. The ruling that eventually came out. Basically, with regards to governments in Africa, in particular, the judiciary all over Africa, are not necessarily that independent. So it wasn't so much of a shock to me. I'm also, like I said, but the points that I mentioned with regards to some of the, loopholes that the ruling party.
Bluetooth disconnect. Bluetooth connected.
Didn't you hear the last speaker who talked about Akpabio? Wasn't talking about citizens, wasn't talking about the political parties or the factions. So let us leave it there and move the mic to Professor Obert. Professor Obert, you're taking 30 seconds
If I
and
could
then we move
just,
the mic.
add a rejoinder.
If you want to speak, you have to raise your hand. Prof, just give King Yemi another second. Sorry if I'm Aking Baby.
Yeah, so I believe
Another
in
second.
the beginning part of my address, I did state that the judiciary all over Africa, are beholden to the government of the day. So it was not a shock, you understand, the result that so there's really nothing at the end of the day that judiciary can do, you understand, where they are at the beck and call. It should not be that way, but they are on the beck and call of government. At the end of the day, the ruling came out and they ruled in favor of the ruling party. I said it wasn't much of a surprise, but at the end of the day, there's still so much that we as citizens can do. We can't say basically everything the way the whole election turned out at the end of the day was just because the judiciary on their own were corrupt.
We did 1,000%. Please, we did everything humanly possible.
It's okay. I'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Let's watch and pray. Let's not look to 2027. Let's deal with it today. And that's what we are doing. And every step of the way, we shall see how it unfolds. We don't know. I'm not a prophet. All those men of God or God of men that prophesy, even the one that prophesied that the Eagles weren't going to win and what happened. So I don't put any premium on those people. I don't want to castigate people who voted, people who never voted, people who voted for the first time. We don't even have the accurate statistics of the election result. So don't worry about what they pronounced. Mahmoud Yakubu did not pronounce the actual result. So why worry about what would? We are where we are, and we will deal with it every single day going forward until something gives. If we get to 2027, then we deal with it. But right now, we are not there. So I want to give Professor Bert another 30 seconds or 1 minute. Prof, you know how he translates, but don't make me come back. Prof, you have the mic. Then
I always love debates. I think what Akin just said right now, I think we should take it over and debate. Depends on how you want to run it. The reason I mentioned what I mentioned, OIK mentioned that Prof referred to, but come on. When there's a problem in Nigeria, why are we here now? It's because there's a problem in Nigeria. So we have to keep repeating it again.
Prof, can you speak up, please?
I'm speaking. Are you not hearing me?
Was very faint, sir.
Okay. Is it? I don't know whether it's your network. What about Ankadede? Am I okay?
Prof,
I think it's from your end because your volume is quite low.
my gosh, I'm people shout. You know, I have a big voice. But is it okay now, or should I shout more and wake the whole world? SIM?
Yeah, you're okay
you're
now.
okay now. SIM card. Okay. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, that's where I stop. You see, so when there's a problem in Nigeria, we have to repeat it, repeat over and over until there's a change. That's the one part. On the other part is that I don't know how you guys want to run space. For me, I want our space to become better. You know, I don't like echo chamber. What I can just say right now, there are many things he said which was not kind of echo chambers. We should ask in question. We should debate about it. We should, expound it. That's the way I see it. I don't know how you guys want to keep doing spaces. For me, I just want our spaces to become better, right? Because I don't know why you guys are talking about. Look at Donald Trump now. It's in the court. He was the president. Presidency was over, right? And then what happened? It's still in the court right now. And this year, there's a new election in the US. So I don't know what we're talking about. So we have to keep talking what happened, transpired. It's not, it's over. That's why our spaces in Nigeria, please, let's make it better. Let's there be interjection. Let's make it hot. Let's bring more people in. Let's correct things that are wrong. It's also people will say, pro, you talk more. People just dance on me on that. I just why when Professor Chris come and speak here, they don't say that to him. It will take almost 1 hour, 2 hours. So please, let's not focus on shadows. That's what I beg of you. Let's focus on what has happened. Let's be making our spaces to be very hot. Let us not get personal when we call names. It's part of the show. That's what I play with you. I'm sorry. I'm love. I tell you other things. So,
Prof, you're
1 minute.
pressing my button. You're pushing my button. You love debate. You love Bishop. Mute your mic, please.
Bishop is not talking. Yeah, go ahead, Anka.
Prof.
Yeah.
Prof. This is not an echo chamber. But you read the room. Isn't that what the Englishman says? Read the room. So when you read the room and see the audience, and you know that you're 85, 95% obedience, let me be bold to say that, it's then what you call echo chamber. For me, it's not an echo chamber. What I would not subscribe to is depressing the mood of the people. When people who have given their all are standing firm saying, I no grief for anybody, and I come to pour water on it, I will resist it. I'm only trying to say that we should not fault, we should not blame somebody who gave it all. I don't know how much you gave, but I know what obedience gave. And when I come or hear people castigating what we didn't do right or what we should have done, could have, would have, and we know we did way and beyond, above and beyond. And I'm not going back. I'm only saying for the people who go back to say what the Labour Party didn't do, leave it alone.
No, Anka, do you understand me? Anka,
Yes,
you
I
understand
do.
me? What? Just 30 seconds before I go, or if you want me to go, or whatever. You do understand me? What you just did right now is what I love we doing on our spaces. I'm not saying this space is echo chamber, but most of our spaces, you should agree with me, right? We go so personal. Is that true, or is that yes or no? We go so personal because we are Africans, we are Nigerians, right? That's number one. What you did right now and asking a king that question, that's beautiful. So what I'm trying to advocate is this. What Akin said, he said certain things that are okay. He said certain things that were contradictory. He used some words. He said, Obi enjoying. And you guys didn't interject. And you said something that the fact that as if that what has happened has transpired and let's move on. I don't know. So I don't understand. So we kind of pick. Well, that's my point I'm going, my sister. When people like Akin, I love him. I don't hate him. He made great point. But we should make that kind of statement, raise it up, inspire, and let's bring a debate and let people interject so that we make the room so very powerful and reach more people. Let me round up with this. As I was saying, in the US, in America, and Akadede, I used to see you in Mario Space, if I'm not wrong, right? I hope I'm not wrong. That's an example. In the US right now, look at what is going on. They gathered themselves together on spaces. They call great brains, professors, lawyers. They'll be on the panelist on the space, and other people will be coming, ask questions, they drop and all that. And what happened? You see them, they are like 20,000 people, like Mario's space. All right. So I want a situation where we can have kind of space like that, so that we can have more people, reach many ideas, get some data. For example, in Nigerian spaces, people are not fast checking information. People are not checking data. We just go there, co-host, we speaker, we just talk. We are not really doing it better. That's my point. So what you are doing at Canada is very nice. Well, let's do it better. So the last thing what Akin said, I don't really understand. Maybe his hand is up right now. If you don't mind, I can ask a question while I give him the mic. If you want it to be like that. Thank you.
Well, I will give you to ask him, but before I do that, I just want to remind us that, and again, most of us on these spaces, on these, in quote, Nigerian spaces, are in diaspora. And that's why I don't want to place any blame on any citizen in Nigeria. Prof, you live overseas, and you know that our internet service is not delivered the way it is delivered in Nigeria. People pay for data. People pay for data from meager resources. So when you're expecting people to be as astute as those people in the US or in Europe, it doesn't work that way. A lot of people don't have the resources to be on spaces the way they are here. Mario maybe is doing it for some remunerations. I don't know. I don't really care. I just care about Nigeria being a working society. And I want to laser focus on Nigeria. Nigerians, INEC and the judiciary, those two are our problems. INEC and Nigeria. If we had a proper INEC, we wouldn't be where we are today. Those individuals can try all they want. Yes, they are corrupt because they manipulated the system that allowed APC not to vet their candidates and made it a party affair. But it is INEC. INEC should have seen that coming. If they had vetted their candidates, we wouldn't be with those candidates we ended up with. Fast forward, INEC called the results that they were given by whoever, Yakubu Mahmoud. And remember, Jega didn't have a clean slate. Jega had some skeletons in his cupboard, and people still believed Jega offered a fairer election. But some people believed that 2015 election was equally rigged, only that Jonathan just said he wasn't going to fight it. The judiciary is number two. We saw them in their full regalia.
It even took Jega. Jega even came up to criticize this election. Jega, almighty Jega, the failed Jega criticized this election.
Jega did. So we need to place the blame squarely at the foot of INEC and the judiciary. They did what they. Have you ever heard a member of the bench castigating people that were bullying them? That lady, she said it. And remember when they were even during the hearings, he said he was in good faith. Yeah, oh my God. Why I say I don't want to go back is because the deed is done, but we must deal with it. We need to deal with INEC and the judiciary. And these people in the what do they call them? National Assembly, who are not passing laws, but are spending your money, and you don't want to talk about it. We need to talk about it. They are draining our resources. Political party can wait. If you have an election tomorrow, a good candidate will win. But will they announce the good candidate as the winner? That is where the crux lies. So ask your question to your.
No, let's not go back and forth.
How about interject? I think it's high time.
No, let's not go back and forth. Please, let's others speak, please.
So
let's others speak, because we've been on a certain, I don't know, let's just let others speak. Chair Dozier, you've been raising your hands up. Please, can you have the mic, please? Thank you.
So I mean, I appreciate every Nigerians that have poured their opinions on this space. It's been a beautiful and an interesting section that we've had. But I think, the sooner we move on from, this past election that has just been concluded, the better for us, because there's nothing we could do. We average Nigerians. I'm talking about me as a citizen of the country, and you're that are based in diaspora. The best that we could do for this government is to, show in our support and try and make sure that they are held accountable for everything that they are doing in that office. Because, come to look at it, they have been elected, and they've been sworn in that office. There's nothing we could do except come 2027 that will be given another opportunity to go ahead and vote for our preferred candidate. So, and that's, by the way, the topic here I see is hardship in
Sorry, you
Nigeria.
say we should move on?
I mean, I'm talking about the topic that
No,
you
no, no.
have
You
been
just said,
discussing
sir.
upon.
You just said that we should support this government. We should move on, right? We move on so that wait, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. So we should move on because Buhari spent 4 years. We moved on. He spent 8 years. We moved on, right? He was sick and wasted our money in London. We moved on. So this government that came illegal. You say, no, we should forget about that, okay?
I'm not
right now, sir, that we should move on the next 2027, then we re-elect.
Can you let him?
Sorry, please.
Prof, let
I don't
him
want you
finish.
to get me wrong here.
Let him learn.
I'm not. Look, I'm not a staunch supporter of the APC government. I voted for the Labour Party. I'm a big supporter of the Peter Obi candidacy. But since it turned out that we weren't given the opportunity to be in power, so what was the best option for us? I have reasoned about it, and the most rational thing for us to do is for us to give all the support we can to the APC government so that they can lead this country down to the point that where we will feel like, okay, they are doing the better and they are trying to create opportunities for the average Nigerians. Because guess what? We would never be able to kick them out of that spot. They've been elected, they've been sworn in. The judiciary have failed us. There's nothing we can do. We've gone to the Supreme Court. We've gone to we've done everything in our power to make sure that we get the fair and the clear judgments, but it hasn't been given to us. So what is next for us to do? I mean, it's better that we think about this rationally and to speak about this fairly. We that live in Nigeria, we are the one that are hearing it hard hand, because I can tell you that the hike of prices in the market, the hike of food prices and everything just keeps skyrocketing. There's nothing that we could tell you that y'all will believe, because y'all are not really.
Okay,
No, I'm talking about
quick question. Now that you're supporting them, how do you support the 160 million naira they spent on an individual legislator to buy vehicles, SUV vehicles for them because the roads are not good? Just that simple question. I need your answer.
Sorry for interjecting you. I don't think Shea Dozier is outrightly supporting them per se, and maybe it's his own opinion, like this, like someone who has thrown in the towel. I think that is his.
Simcat, why do you talk for him? The man is in the room. Let him talk now.
But that's what he's saying.
No, you can't defend him, mister. You are called. Let him speak. This will destroy Nigeria. I can't just a question. Let him learn. Let him answer the question. Come on. I said, co-host, brother. Come on. Mute your mic.
All right. So thank Simcard. I think you're the only one getting the real message I'm trying to pass here. We're talking about, first of all, let's look at the inflation and the collapse of the naira in the country. We Nigerians, I think we are the problem of ourselves, because
naira
to look
is
at
collapsing and you're buying SUVs for your legislators who don't have roads.
You're looking.
Yet. Answer the question.
You're looking beyond what we're facing, because the legislative in the government house, I think they have the autonomy and the power to do what they have, but we have to hold them accountable. That's why we've been holding them accountable, and we've been singing to their ears and telling them that that's not the right thing to do. But they don't listen to the people.
But they did it.
That's why you have to.
But they did it. How are you?
That's why I'm trying to tell you.
They did it. If you were holding them accountable, they will have rescinded that decision. But they did not rescind the decision.
The problem is like if you look at the cabinet of the Nigerian legislative, if you look at the power that beholds the Nigerian government, the politicians and the people in charge, they don't listen to the people when they are already in office. The only time they pay attention to the people is when they are trying to, fight for spots in the office. So, now right now that they are in the office, it's gonna take
Thank you. So we
it's
wait for
gonna take
2027. Okay, thank you for your
yeah,
submission.
that's the point that I'm trying to make. That's the point. Yeah,
Okay,
that's the point I'm trying to make because we
okay,
don't have anything else to do
okay,
since we've already taken them to the Supreme Court and all the high places that we can
Thank
get
you,
justice
Let's
and we
move the
can't.
mic.
So we have to wait
Let's
for
move the mic.
2027. Yeah, so that's just it.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
Akiwedi, please round up that your submission so that we can move the mic to Real Jack. Thank you. Real Jack, stand by.
Oh yeah, thank you again. So I believe this is my first time on the
They're
space.
having another connection problem.
Can you?
Bishop, connection problem.
Bishop is not here. I don't know. I've sent him DMs. He's not responding.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying that it will not be fair to just pick on like a sentence or a word out of a submission and then try to hammer out the point on that. So I'm speaking directly to what Anka had said about, me pouring water on the efforts or on the, organizing that had been done prior to the election. That was not what I did. What I had said was that some of the loopholes that had been identified as the weakness of the party was that they did not have, agents in virtually all of the polling units across the country. And that was why, there were opportunities for the ruling party to be able to, manipulate some results. And then Professor had also said something about me saying, that Peter Obi was enjoying the support or the goodwill of Nigerians. So it's important to to understand what the term or what the phrase "enjoy" means. So it doesn't necessarily refer to somebody basking in euphoria or something. When somebody enjoys support, that means somebody is getting, you understand, the maximum support that is possible. So don't take one word and try to, coin it into a phrase that will mean something else. And if my opinion doesn't necessarily sit well with you, there are ways to pass across whatever your rejoinders or your counter opinion without necessarily being offended by whatever it is I said. It is my opinion, so I have a right to express it. Thank you.
Absolutely, you do. I grant you that. It's just that, in the space where you have 300 people, 400 people, and only 10 people on the speaker stage and 2 co-hosts and the host, most times hosts just sit back and allow co-hosts to help. And if we don't hear the silent words, our listeners, sometimes they send DMs, sometimes they put it in the chat. So we are their only voice to resound what we think they are hearing. So some people come to spaces with a hidden message. They say all the glory things, but they chip in that their message. And a lot of people are smart to catch that. We don't know when it's your intention or when it's unintended consequence, but we try to, as much as possible, filter out some of those things we hear. I didn't mean what was the word? Pour cold water. It's to the morale. To the morale. So people who are listening, who work so hard, who don't have the opportunity to speak because they are not on the speaker stage, could be demoralized. The morale for all what effort they put in. And it can be misinterpreted also because I am trying to speak for not just myself. And if I mischaracterize it, that wasn't the intention. it goes back to the unintended consequence. So be that as it may, let's move the mic forward. We all mean well for Nigeria. Some people come from a different angle. Some people are in what is in it for me. I don't know how old you are, but I'm old enough to tell you that there used to be a slogan, to share the national cake, to, there are so many lingos that people used that will just show you the sheer greed of people. Human nature or Nigerians, I don't know. But today's generation is about a better Nigeria for everybody because we have suffered. We have come a long way. How can't we get it right? Why do we have to do what they did 20, 40, 30, 50, 60 years ago? Can we have a new Nigeria? Prof is talking about the US. They are evolving. So let us try and evolve ourselves. Let's not go back and say that's the way it should be because it used to be like that. There has to be a new Nigeria. So please, let's move the mic forward. Where is Real Jack? It's your turn to speak.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Ankadede. I greet everybody in this space, especially. Okay, I just want to make my own contribution, but I will just start with this little analogy, mostly for those of us who are saying they're having different opinion after the election was rigged and everything, that they are having different opinion to support the government. I just want to give this little analogy. Assuming you come from a family, whether polygamous or single family, and let's say in the process of trying to get a credible leader or a leader that the family or most of the family thinks is going to represent the entire interest of the family, and all of you participated, you have an umpire, you have those that should be that should legislate on that particular setting, and all of you went out there to exercise your franchise, and some of your family members were killed on the process. The umpire who were supposed to regulate the exercise were biased, and all of them, all these bad eggs, in conjunction with others, made it impossible for you to have your say. And at the end of the day, they manipulated the system and gave a position to somebody who was not duly right or did not in any way garner the support of your family members. So, and if you happen to be a survivor from this scenario, will you still come today or tomorrow seeing that individual in a leadership position and you say, okay, you call other people, please, can you people come? Let us support this person, irrespective of my family members being killed, irrespective of the skill system, irrespective of everything. I don't need you to answer, but the answer is no, you will not. So let's stop being let's stop being hypocrisy or being hypocritical in situations like this. Some of you, I can be corrected. I beg to be corrected. Some of you are just championing or coming out here to say you need Nigeria or you supported the labor because you are thinking of what is in there for you, not because you wanted Nigeria to change. Because if you want Nigeria to change for a better, you cannot have this mentality you are having now. After this group set of people have done what they did to Nigeria, and you're coming out here and saying is your yes, why you have your opinion, but you can have stupid opinion at the same time, with due respect. So no, you don't come here and tell us that we should support APC. Now when you know that the foundation is wrong, I've been sure. If the foundation be wrong or be destroyed, what can the righteous do? You know the foundation is wrong in total. And they are coming here and tell us we support the wrong foundation, the wrong people. Where do we start? Are we going to be at the helm of the affair to call the shot? Or do we continue to support the criminality, the corrupt entity, the skill system, the bias system? What are you saying, for goodness sake? That is why some of you cannot stay one place. You are here today, tomorrow you are elsewhere. That is why bigotry have eaten a lot of you. That is why you cannot stand out. You cannot stand straight. Call a spade a spade. See, let me just tell you, there are some people in Nigeria, notwithstanding the hardship, they will still survive. Nothing is going to happen to them. They only have to diversify. But they are coming out
to join and fight this fight, not because they will go hungry. Because the lion in the desert can never go hungry, no matter how you do it. But they still have to come and fight for the new Nigeria, because if it is well, it is better for you. It will be better for everybody. The reason why today cement as at this morning is 8,000, because you don't have the market is not, the market is not allowed to run capitalization, capital market, because you monopolize everything. That is why cement alone that many people can venture into, cement will be crashed to 10,000 or 2,000. You are buying the 8,000. You still say we should come and support the MPs. I don't know what is fundamentally wrong with some of you. That's why sometimes people like us will say, we bought our PVC. We say we don't want to participate. Because what you are doing today, now you say we should wait till 2027. That is when you come and speak and say, things are going out of hand. When they skew the system against you again, you go and relax and wait for another electionary period. It's not about election. It's it's to have things right. And if you are not willing for that change, my brother, you better relax. Everybody should go on his own. If you are not willing for the change, you cannot be telling me, okay, light is increased several lights since this administration. 2 times they have increased the light. Of course, they will not tell you. They only ask you to go and update your prepaid meter. Those of you that are using prepaid meter, after updating the prepaid meter, you don't know what happened actually. You don't know that they increase. You don't know that they increase the amount of units you buy. You don't know, because you are not being observant. Because you do not pay attention to details. Because most of them, they will not announce to you so that you will not hit in the street. Some of you are not paying attention. You think if you are getting 100 or 200 or 400 or 500,000 somewhere, you think you are in heaven already. There are people still making millions, but the system is not allowing them to explore and also help other people. It's not one person having it all. Many people can as well assess the goodness of the proceed of the country, so that when it is well with you and at the same time with me, you don't need to disturb me. You don't need to plan to kidnap me. You don't need to plan to kill me, because it's working for you. It's working for me. So if we are not ready for this new Nigeria, none of you should come out and begin to preach to all of us. We should come. It's another electionary period. Let's vote. So if you don't vote, this one will happen. Because most of you, majority of you are hypocrites. So I don't like hearing this kind of thing. If you are not willing, if you are not ready to change Nigeria for the better, you don't want to continue to take us back to many decades we have passed. You don't want to evolve. Then, for me, I will say, everybody, go your way. I think at this juncture, you back the mic. Thank you, and God bless everybody.
Uncle Dede, are you there?
I am. I'm speechless. Real Jack.
You're out of words.
Yes.
Okay, it's all right. So, take the mic. Usher in the next speaker, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Please, can we take Sonny? Sonny has been here from when the space started, but his network took him out and he's back again.
Absolutely. Son, you have the floor.
Yeah, Bishop, how you doing? Akadede, Sikad, I greet everyone on the listening session. Yeah, I'll be here before. My network just keep on, going off and on, and I decided to request the mic again. So I'm so much aligned with what Akadede just said about this illegitimate president doesn't win this election, and some of the speakers tried to say that he won the election, but like Rakadeli said, he didn't won the election. It's just the INEC. So you can see, imagine election day was like a ghost yard. No one even come out of any weird corner, happy for the election that it was stolen. Nobody would, even if he won the election, I think someone would have just, come on the street like 2015. We all saw how Buhari won the election, and you see, we all know everybody came out on the street to be, jubilate and happy, but we never saw this for this 2023. So it doesn't win the election. It doesn't win the election. It's the INEC. That's why I always say that even if we still say, okay, let's wait 2027, and we still go to vote, it's not going to happen. They will still do what they are doing, So just ring themselves in again, and we still lament it before we wait for 2031 or so, So for me, INEC is the the institution that we should be hold accountable. Yes, of course, politicians, they are very desperate. All over the world, politicians are very desperate. So that's why they kind of referee. Just like when you play football, they have to be a referee. That's why INEC is the institution of referee, to do the right thing and know who win the election or not. That's the reason why
You know, that's the reason why they constitute INEC, not just there for rubber stamp or whatsoever all over the world. But you know, you see, our institution is still, you know, it's still corrupt for the fact that the politicians control everything. The guy was speaking, saying that what the legislature doing, you know, National Assembly, what are they doing? And you know, people, but you have to know those guys, they are politicians and they align with themselves. You know, it doesn't matter. And some of us are saying there's Labour Party there and also other opposition party. But what do you expect those guys to do? Those guys, if they don't say what they don't align with them, they have to be blackmailed. And we all know how election is, you know, is conducted in Nigeria by the INEC, which is most of the member in the house, most of them will never won the election. There was ringing, you know, to become you know, Senate or whatever. But they control, the politicians control everything in Nigeria, judiciary, what have you. So for me, you don't need to come and say what the governor doing. For example, you see some people will be blackmailing and say what are the governor doing, what are the local government doing. Those one are just zero. There's no governors. What the governor, the each state doing is just to loot, because the institution is not strong, and the state house of assembly who's supposed to hold the governors accountable, and the governor is controlled. You know, they'll be controlled by the governor. So those ones, they're just like, you know, rubber stamp, you know, like just like National Assembly. So the institution will be baptized and they will be controlled by politicians. So the reason why INEC bring this election is the fact that they are be threats. INEC are be threatening, and they have to play by their, you know, by their bid. But I wish INEC was somebody who wants Nigeria to move forward. He would have stand for his ground and said, you know what, you didn't ask me to do this. I have to do the right thing. But INEC is very corrupt. I mean, if maybe it's a sense country, Yakubu would have been a jail by now. Would have been a jail by now. And you see him parading himself as an INEC chairman, going everywhere and be saying he needs 15 billion to conduct just a state election. You need 20 billion to, you know, because nobody holding him accountable. That's the reason why he's still doing it. And you expect 2027 he will not do the same thing. He will. Look at what just election that is happening in Nigeria today. I mean, nobody is even coming out. In Lagos, people were ringing bell, you know, coming out to vote, because we all know this election is not, of course, a democracy is solved by election, but not in Nigeria. So it has got to the point that the people, we have to wake up and, you know, hold these people accountable and let them know enough is enough. Because if we don't do it, they will continue playing with, you know, play with the way that they are doing now. So for me, there's no election in Nigeria, and those who are saying that we should wait 2027 so that we can be able to vote, they will still do the same thing, because they know the game. It's just like in old days when white men was coming to Africa. You all see how our ancestor was selling, you know, their people to the white. It does a reward. Those guys still continue doing it. They are still continue doing it. They change the narrative and try to use the mindset and put guns on the military and police to kill anybody who's going to withstand them, because they are criminal. And this is Tinubu just, you know, came out a few days ago and said Nigeria should emulate Super Eagle. But he forget that Super Eagle, a football player, he forget that they are very talented and they are competent, and most of them they are playing professional football in Europe. But does he have what it takes to lead? The captain was not even on the field because the captain is supporting. Why can't he just resign and say, you know what, let me emulate Super Eagle? Since the captain is not on the field, let me resign and let another person take over the country. If he so love this country so good. But he did not. All what they're after is just looting. And now they are continuing bringing the reserve and food out. So that is going to be, it's going to be totally bad as soon as, it's going to be totally bad soonest, because by the time those food is, you know, limited, and most of the people are going to go hunger. And when it happens, people is going to revolt, you know. So for me, it's not even about even tribe, because if you look at what is going on, it's just INEC that do the idiot, stupid stuff. A few Fulanis is control the north, a few Yorubas control the southwest, a few Igbos is control the, you know, the southeast, a few south is control the south. Just
That's how it is. They're just few, but they make it look like, tribalism or all those stuff, because that's the only last resort they can use, because they don't have what it takes to become the leader. So if we stand up, it's time for us to start, holding accountable, like we are doing on Twitter. We are tweeting, we retweet, we speak on spaces. They are hearing it. That's why their bodies is going so hot for the fact that they're not even, coming out to say they have to ban Twitter. They have to regulate social media. How will you regulate social media? You can't regulate social media. The only thing you can do is just ban it. You understand? So for me, that's just a nonsense talk that Bajamila, a criminal, will say that enough is enough. Because a criminal, what is he afraid for? If not a criminal, what is he afraid? Anybody in America, people see criticize Joe Biden, but Joe Biden don't give a damn. He's still doing what he's doing. So if if you are doing the right thing, you are doing your work. Nobody, not even if the people criticize you, but what you are doing will speak to the people. So what are you afraid for? So for me, this country is going down. It just going down. And Bishop, it's not. I hear you where you were saying that people were supporting Tinubu, Eminokon. Let me tell you something. Majority of the people don't vote for this guy. You can see how
No,
it is.
it's not me, oh.
Okay. Majority of people don't vote for this guy. Majority don't vote for this guy. The Southwestern, the majority of them don't even vote for him. He ring himself to the power. That's why now to govern is very difficult for him. To govern is very difficult because majority of the civil servants, they are going to sabotage him. They don't even like him. The head of the head ministry, they are going to sabotage him because they don't like him. The judiciary, those are working judiciary, they will be looking at the judge, they will be looking at their face, they will be freaking their face, they will hate them, because one thing to lead in the world is when people are with you. When people are with you, you can do undoing. But by the time people say they don't want you and they don't want to lie with you, if you like, go and bring everything to try to please them, they will never ally with you, because this man is a shape that we have this kind of man as a president to Nigeria. That's the reason why his government is going down. You understand? That is the reason why his government is going down, because all those civil servants, they are going to sabotage him. I know how they work. I know how they work very well. They don't, because majority of those civil servants was opposite. They never voted this man. And majority of the workers, they never voted this man. Now you force yourself to these people. And these people will resist you. They will make sure that your government fall down. That's what they are doing now. And you don't even have what it takes. So if it's somebody that he have a soft mind, he would have just said, please, let Nigeria forgive him for drinking himself to office and let him resign and let others to come. But he will not do it because he's a criminal. So for me, we will continue speaking, and it's not about one tribe where you come from. This is a collective of all Nigerians. The politicians are making it look like it's about tribe. It's not about tribe. It just collective from all Nigerians. So we should be together as one and still keep speaking until the Babylon is falling, because they have no place to go now. They are beginning falling now, because if they have to look
Mr.
at
Sonny, please round up, sir.
yeah. So if they have to look at themselves now, they will be talking to themselves that the country is bad. So that's just what I wanted to say. Thank you so much, and Bishop, and keep it up, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. You sound profoundly well, and every other person have something to say, and they will speak profoundly well. But let's just understand that we can't spend entirety talking. You understand? Let's just make it as quick as possible so the other person can get to speak. Otumba DK, you have been here for the longest. Please, you have the mic. Let's go. Let's run it. 3 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simka. Thank you, Akadede. Thank you, Bishop, for this reunion. Let me use someone's word that the person said, yeah, this reunion. Guys, I would just like to start from a quotation by a Roman Senate, Marcus Tullius Cicero. He said, "A nation can survive its fools and even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. An enemy at the gate is less formidable, for he is known and carries his banner openly. But the traitor moves among those within the gate freely. his sly whispers rustling through all the alleys, heard from the very halls of government itself. Um, why I'm saying this is that I will not police what anyone wants to say or how they say it. I will not police how people want to speak, but I would advise each and every one of us. And when I mean by each of every one of us, I mean the real obedience, real ones, to guard your mind at this particular stage. Okay, you can see what's going on. The APC government have tried all they can, and when I mean all they can, they've practically tried all their very very best to make sure that they stifle opposition. They are trying to make us conform to the, how will I put it? They want us to conform to what they are trying to set, that they actually won an election, this and that. They want to stifle dissenting voices. They've tried so many tricks, and that's why they want to ban the social media. They've paid people to come and say, let's leave Tinubu alone, let's focus on our governors. In fact, they're easily to know because you can, if you check one or three of their ringleaders, you will know the next agenda they are trying to push. But because they've not been able to conquer the social media, it's hard for them. All right. They are trying to make sure that the heat on Tinubu goes off. And that's what they're just trying to do. They're not trying to stop the hardship in the country. They're not trying to make sure that things are better for the have-nots, you know, the regular Nigeria in the streets, the woman that sells vegetable, the little child that sells that hawks things, unfortunately. They don't have any plan for Nigerians. What they basically just want to do is to make sure that they use media propaganda as much as they can. But and a big but. I'll keep saying that Nigerians are actually not there yet. Probably we are going to get there, but we're not there yet. Why I'm saying it is that when you want to know that Nigerians are there yet, there are some signs, and I'll just maybe probably list some of them. Number one, you see all these APC supporters on ground, they will deal with them. That's the first thing. These churches that are led by fraudulent pastors that are asking Naira to swell, like Ijebu Gari, they are going to leave those churches. All right? People are going to start thinking and discerning for themselves. You can imagine maybe you have a neighbor who is saying that it's APC, APC. Then something happens to you, something very irreversible happens to you, come back. The way you're going to treat that person, that's when you start seeing these signs. That's when I will really believe that Nigerians are there. When we attack all the low-hanging fruits. So guys, I'll keep saying it. Whatever you are doing, please try as much as possible to continue doing.
No sound.
Is it only me?
No, me too.
I can't hear him anymore. Otumba, are you there? Okay, quickly, if Otumba is not there, can we quickly move to Pat? After Pat, we'll come to Willie E. Pat, you have the mic.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bishop. Sister Anka Daddy, SIM card, the host, co-host, and everyone in the space. Good morning. Good morning from the US here. You know, I'm not Nigerian, as you all know, but I follow everything Nigerian and Jamaican. Right around Christmas, and I'm really just talking here for the young people, that young gentleman who spoke. Right around, I think, Christmas or so, I was talking to Comrade, and it said here where, and I looked up online, and it says here that the president had a supplementary budget of $2.8 billion for funding for bulletproof cars for himself and his wife, and the presidential yacht, and renovations to their residential quarters. I'm not sure if what happened with the yacht. But I think what touched me the most was the $150,000 for how many? 460 federal lawmakers. 460 federal lawmakers, my brothers and sisters. Each got a SUV valued at $150,000. So I think when I hear, people say, well, let's wait, you know, let's wait for 2027, whatever. I'm not Nigeria, but I wish I could, it's something I could participate in because that is such a travesty. It's such a travesty. If you look, I see the children in the IDF camps. I see the children over Christmas. I got with Jimmy and donated for the children in the orphanages, which is something that's very close to my heart. The widows and the orphanages. I did not know, excuse me, how to participate. And then Jimmy called and we did that. And I saw those children singing thank you. And then I saw Rhoda with the children in the IDF camp. And it really, really tore my heart, but I said to myself, right, if my brothers and sisters in Nigeria do not see that the future of their children is dying, then who else and care about it? Then who else will see it, my brothers and sisters? Who else will see it? The children in these camps are displaced, but the SUV just really bothers me. It bothers me because that $150,000 each for 460 personnel. What could it, because the roads are bad. Because the roads are bad. They did not think that maybe fixing the roads would be a good idea so that everyone can get to and from safely. No. So if that doesn't make you angry, then there's something wrong. There is something wrong. I am a Jamaican in a state in the United States. Yes, but if they told me that my tax dollars was going to do X, Y, you best believe it that I would be on the street. There is no way I would be in. I've been to the my senator's office to complain. Yes, with my accent and all. Yes, I was upset about something, and I did. Nothing was going to stop me. Nothing was going to stop me. And if it continued, I would have gotten some nurses and got them on my side. I would have gone down there to do more complaining. What are we complaining about? That they did not have enough drug treatment centers for the patients that come into the hospital, and it was terrible. Yes. So, and that is, I cannot imagine even seeing those children here. I mean, so what I'm saying is, something must give. Look at the children in the IDF camp. Look at the children in the orphanages. We have to do something. I know Peter Obi, from listening to this guy, that he would do a better job. He's walking around giving donations of his own money to make nursing schools better, to make health centers better. So, I don't understand. It's not complicated at all. It's not complicated at all. And the young people are saying, oh, let's wait. What? I mean, they have to realize that this is not good enough. This is not good. People are hungry. People come into my DMs. And I don't blame them at all. I understand. But I reserve my money to give to the children, both in Nigeria and Jamaica. That's where my money will go. It will not go to grown people because there's something you can do. The children and the widows can't do anything. I'm a widow, so I know what that is. If I don't work, I don't eat because I don't have a husband. So I reserve, although I'd love to help, I reserve it for the children. Like I told her, in the IDF camp is what I'm looking at now, and the widows and the orphanages in Jamaica and Nigeria. So Nigerians, do not let these people take your country from you. Do not let that happen. The Nigerians in the diaspora deserve to come home. You deserve to have a tourist industry where Jamaicans like myself can come and visit and live there if we want. I'm a slave, product of slaves. So I don't, Jamaica is where I was dropped off. My forefathers. So, you deserve better is what I'm saying. You deserve better. That's all I want you to know. You deserve better. You're a great people. You deserve better. That's all I want to say. I just want to encourage you all. Encourage you, okay? Just encourage you. Thank you very much. I leave my mic. Thank you very much, sister.
Thank you so much, Sister Pat. All I can say is just thank you. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope
Lot of thanks to you, Pat. I don't know if I'm doing good with the patois, but I want to say thank you a millionfold. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
You did it good. You did it good, brother. You did it good, but I'm proud of you.
God bless you.
I'm
God bless
coming to
you.
Nigeria one day. I'm telling you. You hear me?
We're going to link up.
Yes,
God bless
yes,
you.
brother. Yes. Love you all. I love you.
Thank you so much. You see, these people with
When all
big
these
hearts.
things, when all these things start with, I don't understand.
Brother man, you see, it's been but a long time when we start to do that. Now, me every about to right now. Well, let me bring my other side up. Okay, you're not quiet, Abby. So quickly, let's move to the next person. That was a very beautiful one because she's got nothing to do with Nigeria. She's not related to us. She's not affiliated to us in any way. She's Jamaican and American, but she opened her heart to help the Nigerian child. So I think she deserves all the follow, all the applause, all the appreciations, and all of it. So show her some love. Let's have love emojis for her, please. Let's show her some love. Let's appreciate her for what she does. Thank you so very much, Auntie Pat, and God bless you for all you do. Thank you so very much. The next person on that's going is Willie E. Will E. Will E.
Yeah, yeah. Hello everyone. Yeah. So let me quickly start by saying,
Can you please be audible a little bit, sir? Thank you.
Okay. Am I audible now? I took my headphone out. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yes, better.
Yeah, awesome. So let me start by saying that I was boiling when I had that guy, Chedozi or whatever he called himself. I don't know if he's still in space right now. What he was saying, I was boiling within me because this is actually the mentality that has gotten us where we are today. And we've seen across Africa, in recent times in different countries, the most recent, which is Senegal. I mean, we've seen how these people react when their government try to, do something stupid. You understand? This move on mentality and ability to adapt is not a good thing. I mean, it's just like a curse to us Nigerians. And please, if you're here and you share in that idea, you share in that mentality, please do well not to pass that on to your children. Do well not to pass that on to the next generation because it's the same mentality that has destroyed Nigeria. And that's the truth. The ability that when these guys do anything, we just like, okay, up to the next election, let's just move on, kind of the thing. So that, by the way, let me quickly speak on the topic of the space, which is hardship in Nigeria. The reality is that when I saw the news about the food being that the whatever you guys have for us there that's ordering that food reserve be released or whatsoever. Come to think of it, when we talk about food reserve in most countries, we're talking about something that is done in preparation for doomsday. Doomsday meaning worst case scenario, like in a serious war situation, like a world war or famine or something like a really, really doomsday. So it's safe to say that Nigeria has, it's doomsday in Nigeria as it stands right now. We all saw this coming. If you say you didn't see this coming some years back, when I mean some years back, I'm even saying like 10 years ago or thereabout, you know, when you see that the middle belt, which obviously is the food basket of the country of Nigeria, these guys are constantly under attack. The middle belt was, constantly, if they're not attacking Benue, they're attacking Southern Kaduna. If they're not attacking Southern Kaduna, they're attacking Jos. If they're not attacking Jos, they're attacking part of Kogi. If they're not attacking part of Kogi, they're attacking Niger. I mean, plenty of these states of rural areas that we have in the middle belt. We know what most of the people there, we know what they're engaging, which is farming. They've been feeding the nation. You talk of yam, you talk of different things, right? So, I mean, constantly these guys gradually are losing their lands. They are losing the access, and farmland access. They can't go to the farm. They can't freely, do what they do for a living. And then you think that this day will not come. Of course, it will come, and it's just the beginning. So, safe and accept that we address the issue of insecurity, which is the number one thing that is fueling this food crisis. It's not just the number one thing that is fueling this food crisis is insecurity. And we have a government in power that don't care. You understand? So if insecurity is not addressed and people are free to go back to farm, bro, you all should be prepared. I don't know how much food they have. I don't know how many metric tons. I don't know whatever food they have in the food reserve. The truth is that until we finish, and when it finishes, maybe people will start eating fellow human beings. I don't know, but be prepared. Okay, so that's where we've come. So I hope that as time goes on, that we're able to, that Nigeria are able to rise up because there's no, I don't, I still have serious doubt. I'm concluding with this. I still have very serious doubt that the APC government will be taken out through the ballots. I have serious that what I saw in the Imo State election and all the recent election that's been conducted, that people, the INEC has gotten to the point of having pre-written results, bro, it is finished. So Nigeria has to get to that point where the people have to rise and fight and take back their country. And if that's not done, then people should be prepared to face what's coming because this is just the beginning. Thank you.
Really, thank you very much. It has not done. People should be prepared to face what's coming. The reason I'm not calling people that have spoken before is because we have new people, and once I'm done with them, I will get to people who have not spoken before. Mommy Bolanle, I want to say thank you for joining this space. Omega X, I see you, bro. Malam, I thank you for being here. Okay, quickly, let me go to someone who hasn't spoken before, and that happens to be. If you want to speak on the speaker session, please indicate by raising up your hand. So, Ishola, Kolade has spoken.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Can I go ahead, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening once again. Nigerians. Ebo yìí náà ni. Ebo yìí ni kulala. English with no action. We come on spaces, we talk, insecurity, this thing, blah, 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 blah. Ẹ máa pariwo. Irọ́. Gbogbo ara lọ sí school. We all went to school. We all know how to speak English. You are not ready to make the country change. If you are ready, you stop speaking English, move straight to action. It's only in Nigeria here. You say one thing here, the other thing here, you come on species. Hey, I am critical of this thing, I went to school here, this thing. It doesn't work that way. Give me any country that they are speaking English like this. To a start, INEC rec, they are professors of schools. Are they not lecturers in schools? Are they not visible? Don't we know them? What do you take? In a state or in a city, you know where these lecturers are staying. You know them. Go and meet them
before they even start counting any election, go and give them money. You do this, you collect straight, you pass that level. When I was in school, I know mention people in my school. When I was in school, wanted to write an exam. Every one of us on the class page agreed that we're not going to write the exam the following day because they took the light in our school. So we said they didn't give us light, we're not going to write the exam. The next thing, the lecturer came the following day, wanted to. The funny thing was, half of the class wanted to write the exam. Are you playing? And this is the attitude of Nigerians. After agreement, some people decide to go and sit in class, don't start writing the exam. You know, the next thing we just went straight to the student union. We told them that we guys to follow us from the student union because even the lecturer had to run out because we collected the script, we said the script. Everybody should go back. We are not writing any of this exam, and nothing will happen. Nothing. When you come to Nigeria, you just everything. Everybody shouts, shout, and shout, and shout, and shout, and this. You want to go and thank the president. The president. Do you know one thing with Tinubu? I'm from the West. I like Tinubu so much. You get like the way he plays his politics. You know the mind game. You know how to play that mind game very, very well. Even though he's a stupid man, sorry to say, he knows how to play that mind game very well. He knows his politics. He can play it very well. If you want to take Tinubu down, you cannot go and attack him straight. It is impossible. You need to take his minions, those small people that are around him, that are his powers. You see these governors, all these senators, all of them, and these people are closer to you. If you want to kill anybody, you know how to play chess very well. The best piece, if you know how to play chess very well, is the phone. They seem so small, but they are powerful. You know how to play chess very well. So if you know how to use them, you're a big game player, you're a big chess player, you know how to use them very well. And this is what people know how to do. That is politics of money. You buy everybody, buy them because he knows he's going to use them. And if you want to take him down, you need to cut those hands, you need to cut those wings. But then you're just attacking federal attack. This guy is already the president. The only thing you can do is to cut his wings. And how do you cut his wings? Hold all your house of fame. Hold all of them. You know their house. Don't you know their house? It is still the same people that we go when you agree, Nigerians. Selfishness. Selfishness. And we are cowards too. We are cowards too. And we are selfish. You agree that okay, this is what you are going to do. One way we still go in between you to go and tell the person you are coming to meet in your house to just pay me money. I will arrange how this thing will be. You know all these people already. Treat their fuck up. Show them, say no be so e dey be. If person wan come contest for your community, sit am down. Say no worry, we go vote for you o. But na wetin we want be dis. Do meeting with am. If you no do dis thing, we go beat you o. That one no be any. Even reach there, no go even do anyhow. Once you don beat like one, beat two, all of them go sit down, dem go know everything. Imagine say INEC do wetin dem do, no be professors, no be dem dey clamour say Nigeria no good. As dem don do everything finish, okay, you don read wetin you read comot ba, no worry, na shebi you go resume school, meet am for school, treat him fuck up. Guy, wetin you sef go do, you wan spoil our future? Na so local government staff go work from how many years? 35 years. The salary no reach 200k. What's that now? 35 years. Add everything, salary no even reach. For that 35 years, add all the salary per month together, even at 200k per month, no reach 40 million naira. Go check am now. And your senators are buying car worth of 160 million naira. But person wey work for 35 years no do anything. See this thing. But if you still look at all these people, Nigerians, I say we dey as we dey this group like this page, when I talk say I wan do something, one or two were go still dey here, wey go still call them say, no worry o, just pay me money. When that one, when we want to do all those things, we want to do all those things. If we dey ready, we comot. Na wetin ABC 2015. No, motivate you move. Na why in I say, check my threads, check my everywhere, na people be normal, e dey. But if you say, I like everything na people be o, but I no like one part of him say, na where Tinubu senior am be that. Say im dey lead with action, but our people too like English too as well. Him too like English, and he like to dey follow procedure. APC know that one, they no go follow you do procedure, they no go follow you do that one. If you wan make Nigeria better, na hard way you gats go. You see all these, no be super, dem don dey turn to family affairs. Abi you no dey see dem, you go still come shout for space. Nothing wey we wan do, na their pikin go still dey there. Say this thing. In Nigeria, protests they go on for Osun State like this now. How many people inside the house? I want to everybody to say, no worry, Jare, no shall dey go, no dey farm am. Now only Nigerians I know say if you push to enter war, instead of make you turn back, fight back, take that war, say road dey the other side. Which kind of mentality be that? You want change that mentality. You're supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be like that. If you are serious with Nigeria, do meeting. Everybody go your community. Go call all those youth before they carry them. You get call all those youth before they carry them. I go, I think I know this. I beg. All those youth. When I do youth meeting, nobody, no other enter, don't enter. Next one, we won't come do meeting with us. No do this thing, we go pitch your fuck up. Now so it be. Clip their wings from beginning, like that, like that, like that. Before you know, you know, take control everywhere. And so it be. Make I drop my thinking.
Ishola, Ishola.
Lord, thank God, this
Nigeria
guy,
for
I
ground.
swear,
He
this
bear
guy
Nigeria
and
for ground. Just naked down.
this guy
Mindset
and
of
Jack,
Nigeria youth.
this guy and Jack, they really
Just bear open. But that's who we are. And it's so sad. Because let me take your mind back. The people that are making Nigeria proud out there are you, the youth. Is it Toby and Mr. that Hodler? Or is it the Super Eagles? Or the people that were nominated for Grammy? Or is it just who be among 50 wey like say dey make Nigeria proud today, put Nigeria name apart from Okonjo Iweala? Who? We are the people. They say that we be the future of tomorrow, the future that never comes. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. Okay, quickly, let's go to the next speaker. Thank you so very much, Ishola. Thank you. Let's go to Tommy. Tommy, oh yeah, now talk to us, brother. Welcome to this space.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Nah, good morning. You dey greet us, oh. God don't try, correct.
I mean, I'm only
Well done, my
good
brother.
morning, bros.
Well done, my brother.
Good morning, bros. Good morning, bros. Good morning, Bishop, my chairman. Good morning, everybody.
Canadian burger.
I beg you. See, bros, at the vex. I also came up. See, I want to talk about the talk, but I came up because of that young man that spoke. And I'm like, how our youth thinking, for God's sake? Where you say, let's support APC, you're literally telling us to support criminality, people who rig their way, somebody they called, if we enter for window, just enter, can't dominate house. And you're telling us to support those kind of people. Even, we are seeing the videos now. Have we not seen the videos? Why are we doing as if we cannot see? Are you not seeing that guy that spoke? Is it that he's not seeing the videos of even these so-called APC leaders complaining? Look at that guy that went to go and naked himself. He's coming to apologize for what nonsense. How are people thinking, for God's sake?
That man went naked. You know, say we don't save the pictures. We will show it generations.
The same APC people are even complaining. You just say we should come and support them. I watched the video of a man that was saying, I regret, it's Yoruba accent. I regret I vote for Tinubu. I regret I vote for Tinubu. You are just starting. That is the title of this page. See, in Nigeria, you are just starting. Team Mon Kokona just the start. How will you come and tell us to support impunity in humanity? People died. And all these people wanted was a better Nigeria. Yes, they can be selfish. They can say they want a better Nigeria for their children, for themselves. But that's for them. But in the obedient movement, and you're saying you're obedient, I don't think you're obedient. And that's why I like what that's I think is Mr. Jack when he was speaking. That's how you will know that it's not everybody that is in the obedient movement for what it is. I wasn't giving a dime. When I went to Peter Obi's town hall meeting, I didn't ask for money. Even though I was struggling then. We know what we wanted. Hardly will you see then persons with disabilities come out without anything involved, or oh, they want to give us money, but they came out, and you're telling us to come and support these people. Are you out of your mind? Are you not fed up enough? Then the same circle will still continue. And that guy is a young guy, very young. This is where the problem is. Why would Nigerians suffer? I will toe the line of Mr. Daily Faro to me. See, until we stop singing that fella song, suffering and smiling. Fela is he's still alive. That song is still singing. Until we stop singing that song, that suffering and action, until something is Nigeria, see, you are not ready to that's what we are not ready. Until we are pushed to the wall and you start fighting back. You start what I expected is you people come out and demanding for a thing. Go to your local government. Start demanding for a thing. So that you say you're not supposed to. What are you supposed to do? And can't you they don't have anything to offer you. Clueless set of individuals. All they know is to check he said that he has enough money. Look at what my uncle from Jamaica said. What is he using that? All those money that their budget, what are they using for? 160 million naira car, and there are people suffering. Ha! Nigerians, 18 months ago, people are weeping for God's sake. Go to Twitter, go and look at Twitter timelines. Come and see how people are begging for money. And you are saying we should support these same people. Where we have sense now? Eh? And you are a young man. Yeah, you still see people talking like this person. Oh, let's join the bandwagon. Oh, 2 months ago. Please and please, as I wrap up, my fellow Nigerians, see, the only thing, see, if we say we should wait for 2027, oh God, maybe this man is this state capture everywhere. Look at what's happening now. Are we seeing the news that is coming from Niger State? That is where food is coming from. Niger State is at least feeding Nigeria to an extent. Now they are telling them to lock their resources. Is this, are we saying that okay, it will now get worse? We will now say, oh, let's still continue until it get worse and even worse. If there's any English like that, when are you going to rise up and demand what's for you? Canada, where they go for, they don't make I talk this thing. They don't get anything. We with all our mineral resources, everything, sun, even the sun where we get, they are envying us. You plant something, it grows. But what do we have? Terrible leaders. If we don't demand a change, we will keep singing the same song. I yield the mic.
If we don't demand the change, we will keep singing this same song. Tommy, 2024. If we don't demand a change, we will keep singing this same song. Thank you so very much, my brother. Like I said earlier, I'm taking people who've not spoken before. Hence, hence I'm ignoring some of you, not like it's on purpose. I just wanted to go around. But I would like to have a female's voice. Onimisi, are you ready? Are you there? Your hand is not up, but that's Onimisi Vivian. If you are here, can you please speak? Unmute your mic and speak. Onimisi Vivian. Onimisi, are you there? If you are not there, let's go for
I think she's trying
Malam
to reconnect.
Bati side.
She's trying to reconnect.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Malam Bati
Thank
side,
you.
let's have you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. I mean, this is a multinational kind of space. So yes, I mean, we've been speaking about these things, and it's such a shame that we're here today. To be honest, it's even a surprise to me that somebody with one of the most controversial profiles ever that stole an election, will come into power and not understand that he's not the candidate of the people. He just jumped in through the window and then started acting as if he's a proper person. He wants to liberalize the market. From where? Do they not understand that perception is bigger than reality, under some circumstances? We saw how everything unveiled before our very eyes. We saw the Chicago matter. We saw how the Supreme Court, the tribunal were trying to find the difference between transmit and transfer, just to be able to help this man steal this election. Till today, there are still dozens and dozens of voting papers that we cannot read the numbers, and nobody is saying anything about that. You see, the reality is that we talk about every other thing else apart from the problem. The main problem is that the people trying to drive this change they're not proper. These are not proper people. Let's have it right. All this one invites CBN, invites this and that. The reality is that these guys are not proper people. And I can't force anybody to protest. I can't. We had so many opportunities to have said so many things, make our voices loud, but it is what it is. So this is the first disappointment that I have, that somebody who is the most inappropriate person that has ever been president in this country stole an election, even if he had won properly. His controversial profile, the court case about drug dealings, all these messy things around him would make a lot of people not want to have anything to do with him. Talk less of when you have now stolen an election. Hooliganism, this is the lowest of the lowest for this country. What am I trying to say? These guys are they are living in some sort of la-la land that they can, by some miracle, create a proper market. Because this is what Cardoso does not understand about the economy. I don't know where he studied. I don't know where it's coming from. There are a lot of variables that determine whether investors come in and whether you have a vibrant economy or not. It is not just about the tangibles. As a matter of fact, a lot of people focus more on the intangibles, which unfortunately these people lack. It is completely zero. If there's anything like negative, it is what it is, because we all saw it. We're not blind, we're not deaf. We all saw the magic. You see, people thought that when the court says, the Supreme Court has said what they wanted to say, but now it is the court of public opinion. And this is what is haunting these guys. This is why it's looking like when I hear people say all kinds of things, people confused, they say things, they counter themselves, and they say, the reality is that these people are not proper. And the face behind the Naira today is this same person. Will you trust the Naira if you were the one? Will you put your future? People have a lot of things to do. People are saving for retirement. People are saving to do things to send their children to school abroad. People have things that they need to do today so that in the next 5, 6, 10 years, it must not fail. And you tell me that I will sit down and I will go and put my wealth and my trust on somebody like this, where I saw the game he played. I saw how they struggled in Chicago to know whether it's a male or a female. I think these people, let's not join them. The problem we have is that we have people who are not proper. Look at the insecurity. Look at the kidnapping. These guys are just, it's like they know that, see, is it this person, is this person that will come and stop us? We didn't see the kind of racket. All of us are throwing racket. This is the problem. But nobody wants to talk about it because, how do you blame yourself that you are the problem? For every day that we see this man's face coming to tell us to be loyal to Nigeria, it represents hopelessness. It represents, it represents every negative thing you can think about. These guys do not inspire hope, but they cannot get it. Yemi Cardoso should stop disturbing himself. The world, the investment world, the world economy thrive on trust and integrity. You have a judiciary that is literally under the control of the president. If you want a judgment, governors got judgment, and they were thanking the president for not intervening. And you are busy punishing Nigerians, knowing fully well that doing all these things you are doing is just one of the components that you need. You see where I'm going? These guys are just punishing Nigerians for nothing, because you can get all of what the textbooks tell you about what you should do about the economy. You can get it right, and still the economy will not get better. Why? Because these people are not proper. Somebody should tell them the truth so that they can manage the expectation, and maybe they can dial back that, look, it is true, let's not suffer these people for nothing, because at the end of the day, we can still do all these things, and because we lack integrity and trust, and because of the way we came into power, nothing will still happen. You see the problem? So they need to get that understanding. They don't need to agree that, but we all know at the back of our mind that this is what is going on. Nobody trusts these people. This is the problem. They will do everything that the textbook says. Nothing will still happen because of the low trust quotient. Yeah, I'm not going to waste your time. So I think that's the center. So in case you see that they are throwing everything and nothing seems to be working, this is at the center of the problem. Will they agree to step aside? Is it on the table for Tinubu and his, you can imagine Gbajabiamila. Gbajabiamila is chief of staff. Go and read this story in the US, what happened to him now. Gbajabiamila is chief of staff. And you have all this kind of characters. You know, I don't know what is right with this government. You know, somebody you expect that, okay, you know that you're just like a student that was promoted on trial. At least when you get to the class, you try to prove yourself. Because I know I got here, but nothing in these people's mind. I don't know whether they have removed their brain. I don't know whether they're just completely delusional, or they think Nigerians have a very short memory that all of a sudden will forget everything that happened during the election. Will forget the fact that we couldn't get the age, the name, everything was just controversial, and they will just become proper all of a sudden, and then we'll start believing in them, and we'll start being loyal. And we believe that these guys are acting in the best interest of the country. Let me not waste your time. You see, it is really complicated. And honestly, the simplest solution is for these people to just apologize to Nigerians and step aside. But would they do it? They will not. So the next thing is to just focus on the tangibles. What do I mean by that? They should drop this idea of thinking that they will be able to liberalize the FX market with the kind of baggage they carry. It's not going to happen. CBN governor should learn this. I don't know where he studied from. I don't care. He's not showing that he understands the deep issues. He needs to understand that this can only be managed float. It does not make sense in a country that is dealing with FX, serious inflation. Because of devaluation, the customs have now gone to raise their own FX rate. And you're going to see that's why a lot of people don't understand when people say that things are going to get things are going to get worse. A lot of people don't understand what is coming. Custom has increased the dollar naira rate that people used to pay import duty, and that is not reflecting yet, because this just happened, I think, about a week or 2 weeks ago. People were complaining about it. So that's going to come on top of the hardship that is coming, right? And these people, look at insecurity. We've had so many issues about people in government. I think was it United Arab Emirates? They said that some people in government that have been traced to terrorism. We have not heard anything about that. People use all sort of technology today, data, to counter easily, suppress this issue going on. But nothing of such is going on. We know there are a lot of moles in government and even in the military. But they will never address it because these guys are just not proper. These guys are just not proper. So, it's just, I think I really want to support what the other speaker said, that perhaps we should start putting pressure on the, House of Reps and the people who are closer to us. And then maybe we can have that sort of bottom-up approach to just get people to understand that they should stop suffering Nigerians for nothing. All of this reform that they are embarking on, they don't have the facilities to see them through. And it's not because people don't like them, it's just because of who they are. They need to be realistic and stop giving Nigerians unnecessary headache and fake promises. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow. That submission is out of this world. Malam Batisar, I want to say thank you very much for that wonderful submission. And I don't know, but it's getting scary. You just got me really scared. Like, man, it's really deep, eh? But it's okay, Madam Bolale, Mommy Bolale, welcome, welcome, welcome. We want to say thank you for being here. Please speak to us. You hopefully have something to tell us. Welcome, Mommy.
Yeah, well, good evening from my side. I'm in the car, so I am apologizing. I hope you can all hear me. Gosh, I have been listening while driving around here. And at times, I felt triggered, and then I put my professional hat on, and then I said to myself that when people have grown accustomed to a corrupt system and you're trying to change that so that the responses to the corruption is different, right? We would always have people who who should really be the ones in the forefront, moving this and saying, you know what, enough is enough. But then those are the very people who will throw in the towel because that's all they know. I found what a young man was saying earlier on. I was like, hey, people are hungry. This one is saying we should support APC. And I'm like, here's the thing. Okay, I'm old enough to know that in the Second Republic and Fourth Republic, nobody actually knows how to play opposition, right? The practice has been that once you lose an election, you don't necessarily support the government in power, but you're quiet. You just like Yoruba people will say, "Oh, Bakam," you just accept that. Okay, we'll try next time. But unfortunately, where APC has already left the country over the 8 years of Buhari, has meant that nobody can say, "I just accept." Right? And you shouldn't, because it is this mentality of "I just accept" that has led to where we are, where politicians take the piss to the extent that they don't care because you've never done anything in the past. You've accepted, right? And so therefore, that young man, as much as I wanted to lambast him and really tell him off, I'm just going to say that what he understands about Nigeria and what we are proposing in terms of wanting a better Nigeria, at the moment are not in sync, and we have to find a way to gel it all together, and you will understand. As for the topic, yeah, people are hungry. I mean, I don't, to be honest, if you've messaged me on Twitter, I'm not answering any, I'm not going there, because I get scared to a point, because how many people am I going to support, right? But I do the best I can, but it's been interesting to see what's going on in terms of these anti-people policies. And the thing is, I feel like this is we're just getting started, and things are going to get worse. And the reason being, whilst we weren't in a great position because of the anti-people policies of the Buhari government and the corruption, right? The fact that we have a man who does not even care was going to compound that, so any kind of ways to at least cushion the effect is not going to happen. You can see now that they're all intent of getting their own share of the national cake. Nobody cares. Right. And therefore you have to then say to yourself, is it that you allow yourself to die of hunger? Or will you get to a point where you actually get on your feet and say, look, I am dying of hunger anyway, but I am not going alone and come out and fight, because what we are seeing is going to get worse. We have to remember that, in terms of food, because of the insecurity, farmers are not going to the farm. There's no harvest to expect. Right, and food inflation is the worst thing that can happen to any country, right? And that is what we're experiencing right now. So people who have started crying, especially the APC supporters, are going to cry a bit more. But we have to understand that as opposition, how do you support policies that go against everything you believe in? Or how do you support a government who stole their way into that seat? And people might say, oh, you need to get over it, but that's not the point. The point is that as opposition, our job is to inform the public, let the public know what's going on. Let them know that the cause of the Gary going up in the markets, right, is not just about market forces, right? It's about the fact that you have a government who has done all sorts, and as a result of it has caused what's going on. Because they've not dealt with insecurity, farmers can't farm. Because they've continued, instead of like sorting that out and then supporting farmers so that we can have like more mechanized farming and all the rest of it, they're busy sharing the money amongst themselves, right? Votes that really have gone.
Mommy Bolale.
Hello, so you still have?
Okay, we can hear you now. You went off a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I have a daughter that seems to think it's time to speak to me. Can you hear me? Sorry. Right. Yeah. So
Yeah, we
it's
can hear you now.
so instead of them to provide, funding to farmers so that we can have more modern approaches to farming, small businesses, give them the funding, give them training, give them all of that. They're busy enriching themselves, plus including those that we put in office. Right, so no one is doing any laws to support. So what do? We can't be quiet. We have to continue to point out to people. The thing is, when people know the reason why they're suffering, right, they're more likely to revolt. So this one that we're seeing, small, it's gonna increase, because when people see that the government has no ideas as to how to resolve the issues that we're going through in Nigeria, then they would understand that unless they do something, you actually can't wait to 2027. I was thinking about it before you gave me the mic, and I was like, we're talking about our legislators and them not doing anything. And I'm like, okay, in the House of Reps, at one point, I don't know with the court judgments and all the rest of it, whether it's still the same. If all the opposition parties and members in the House of Rep were to come together as a block, right, and at least start the process of pushing legislation, laws that are going to help, start. But then it's like Nigeria, the way we're wired, I don't understand. because you would have thought that they would caucus together and do something, but clearly not. And I was like, okay, so what do we do about it? We can't be quiet. You know what? We never hold them to account. We've never held any of them to account, right? But when we do, we know it works, right? When this guy, I can't remember which state he's from, when he got the position on the platform of Labour Party, and he was busy praising. I don't know if anyone remembers that. And he was busy praising Buhari, saying, "Oh, he's actually done really well." Blah 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 blah. And we dragged him, and we threatened to recall him and all the rest of it. The man sat up quickly, was begging. Likewise, I feel like that is what we now need to do in terms of these legislators. That look, we put you there so that you could do things in the interest of us, and since you can't do that, we will drag you to kingdom come. We'll make sure that you're recalled. If we start doing things like that, yeah, maybe, just maybe, they will sit up. But being quiet is not an option. Supporting an illegitimate government is not an option. If you roll over and play dead, if insecurity doesn't take you out, hunger will. So to that young man, supporting APC is not an option. They rigged their way into power. They cannot now ask the opposition to come and be supporting them. It means that if you are a member, or if you are now a member of the opposition and you say that, it means you were never part of that movement to start with. Because if you are, you stand on your principles and say, in fact, even if I can stop this government from spending their 4 years in whichever way possible, I will contribute towards achieving that. You won't say, let us, where do you start? Where do you start? Support what? What is there to support? All the brains that the man said there is his brain they want. You should put it to work. And while he's doing it, we will criticize, we will drag them, we will inform people, we will let them know what's going on and who is causing the suffering they are going through. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mommy Bolanle. And I know a lot of people will be like, why is she taking forever? Do you know who Mommy Bolanle is? She's the mother of the movement to a large extent. So she has some level of preference. Forgive me, but that's it. Mommy, we love you for all you do. Thank you so very much. And okay, quickly, I only have one person left here before we go take roll call of the people that I've spoken before, and is discerning melanin. After you take a roll call of, because every other person you have spoken before, if you intend to speak, come to the request the mic so we can have you up, and that's that. Discerning melanin, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from my side. Greetings to everyone. Let me especially give a shout out to Bolande, Mommy Bolande. That is one woman after my heart because she is such a beautiful, generous-hearted person. She makes herself uncomfortable to speak out for lots of people. So, Mommy Bolanle, I give you your flowers. May your blessings and your day always be peaceful and beautiful. Your children will continue to be a blessing to you, and anybody you come across will be blessed by you. Thank you so much for all that you do, for who you inspire, for how you speak up. I applaud you. I give you a standing ovation with 2 thumbs up. Thank you so, so much. So I did not come to be nice. I have learned to wear an ironclad jacket because you need to have a rhinoceros thick skin to deal with Nigeria and everything that comes with it. Family, associates, extensions, acquaintances, name it. You need to have a thick skin to be able to handle it. And sometimes that thick skin is relative depending on the person. So for all of us listening here, I want to say we're over 200. Things are not going to get any better. Get that straight. As long as people decide that they want to ignore things and want to continue things as usual, things are not going to get better. I have said it in a few spaces. I went home and I saw the lackadaisical attitude that loads of Nigerians had, even in the face of trauma, hardship, difficulties, name it. I spoke to quite a few. My mission each time I went out and I had to take transport was to talk to people and to try and sensitize them to their attitudes and why they should change and why they should look at things differently. And each time I looked like a fool, like as if I did not understand what I was saying. So what I came to share with us today is we have an opportunity to be on the world stage with the match that is going to be played in a few hours for the finals. In so many other countries, people use this as an opportunity to express how they feel about how things are in their country. This is the time. This is the time. For the cheerleaders, it could be the time to preach the message of the Christians being killed. It could be the time to preach the message of how expensive things are. It could be the time to preach the message of the kidnapping in Nigeria. It could be the time to preach the message of the deep insecurity. It could be the time to preach the message of the Fulani terrorist jihadists. This is our world stage. It doesn't get any better than this. So for the people that are going to be watching the match in whatever country, take a stand, say something, make noise. For those that are going to be there on that football field, we saw what Cote d'Ivoire did when whatever they did, they put their hands there. If it means writing a placard, if it means not wearing the green, white, green t-shirt, if it means painting their faces, if it means holding their placards, whatever it will take to make that message known on the international stage. This is one of the opportunities because we're going to be having everybody all over the world watching. This is the time to let people know that things are not okay in Nigeria. If the world has been sleeping, now please wake up. We're not saying wake up to come and help us. We are saying wake up not to support the stupid government and the rigged government that is sitting down there right now. When Shetima went in there, somebody made a post and was like, he's probably looking for who the next target will be to kidnap. I did not doubt that. Because if you have shame as a human being, with that stomach that was like robo football, in fact, that is what they should have used on the field, you would not stand there. Who are you going to congratulate? Congratulate them for what? What did you do? So please, this is the opportunity that we have been looking for. Let the world get to know what is going on. They've been going on in snippets. Now we have a front row seat. Whoever is watching the match tomorrow, bring out your placards, bring out your megaphones. This is how we let the world know that things are not okay. Bola Tinubu's government is a false presidency that should not be supported by the world. I'm sorry if I'm in my emotions, But I just had to say it that way. Thank you for the opportunity, Simka.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have an opportunity on Sunday to speak out, like the Senin Melanin Anze just said. So quickly, let's take a roll call of the past speakers. And like I said, new speakers indicate interest by show of hand. Let me take OIK. Okay, OIK, you have the mic. Can you please come? Then we'll go to Prof and Koladi.
Hey,
OIK, are you there?
yes, I'm here. Hi.
Please, for the fact that you've spoken before, let's do 2 minutes each,
I'll
please.
try. I'll try. Okay. I waited
Please,
quite a
please do.
I'll try. Okay. But if you cut me, then that will be it. No problem. I'll try. I waited so long. I thought I would be looking at my
Sorry
own.
about that. It's
But
fine. No
no, that's
problem.
okay. Others have to speak. I thought I would not even ask to speak again. I'll be doing my stuff for the day and my week. I have a lot of catching up to do. Anyway, what we're talking about is so crucial. Again, talking and talking is important. Like Anka mentioned earlier on, being on Twitter street talking and talking is important. But before I start, I just want to use this opportunity. The last speaker before me did a little bit of that, but to eulogize and to hold high our women folk. Okay, oftentimes we're being relegated, but the woman understands all of these things in all ramification. We understand war period, we understand peace, and oftentimes we are the one fronting for everybody, for the family, for the husband, you name it, right? So all of this we understand, and even the solutions, we have it down packed. We need support. And I want to say, women, keep pushing ahead. Come up front on their at their faces, but and they keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing them that you are wonderful. You are a woman of substance. You are what's that lady's name? You are Viola Davis. You know that movie. We're all up front. You know, and I just want to say, women, we keep doing that. And the P spoke just now. She as well. Ure, I saw Ure. Ure, I used to know you. Your mom passed. Then you went AWOL for a while. Welcome back. Ure, come back with your vengeance. I like to listen to your submissions with a lot of history and context about Pan-Africanism and all of that. Please jump in. Let's hear you today. You make my day. Anyway, let me go to whatever. Okay. Now I decided to come back just to wrap up a bit. I started off with saying that yes, there's a lot of hardship, and there's going to be more. Like all of us know, there's going to be much more. Emurasi, my husband will say Emurasi when my sister-in-law is coming to visit. She's one hell of a woman. Okay, I love her. She loved me in a way, but he always tells me, get ready. Murasio, everybody get ready, especially me, right? Because she's coming for me. So Nigerians, get ready. It's going to be more hardship. Green Purple mentioned that when he submitted earlier on, that perhaps is nice. Of course it's nice, because we see people now, a lot of people that weren't speaking before, they're beginning to pay attention. A lot of the so-called, middle class, they're beginning to talk a little bit, in the corners. But Emirasi is going to be much more, because again, a lot of sectors are just waking up to what's going on. Somebody talked about customs, not only customs, all other small sectors, they're going to be increasing 200, 300%, 400. I never heard of that kind of increase in my life. When we see increase in the West or even in Africa of those days, maybe little increase, 3%, 1%. But Nigeria, 200, 300, 400, we're sitting pretty. We continue to sit pretty? I don't know. Do we have the answers? Yes. Is it rocket science? No. Is the government capable? Hell no. That is so clear. We've given them time, but even though we knew from the get-go, from the so-called manifesto, that they were not serious, from the so-called election, there was no coming out to engage with citizens, no interview. so that he could have honed his so-called manifesto, what he wants to do for Nigeria. He didn't do all of that. All he cared was just to come in and dance and chop all the money and clear it. Are we satisfied now that the country is not going to get any better? I am. I am 100%. We are not going to get any better. They have no clue, and they cannot teach them. They are unlearnable. So again, we are in a crisis situation. Just like I said earlier on, a young mind is a beautiful thing to waste. This crisis is a beautiful thing in a way, but we cannot waste it. We got to rise up. How do we rise up? We have to be more pragmatic. One way, I mentioned one way in a way, more pragmatic, keep talking, get into our corners, turn into action items. Action items. They may not be action yet. It's like when you have a meeting, in the US, we have meeting, people are holding your action item. At the end of the meeting, everybody knows their action item. You come back the next week, the next day, the next month, they're asking you, how about that action item? That's the thing that keeps you awake on your project. You are trying to learn about that project. What is our action item on an individual basis? What is keeping you awake? What is your skill set that you can start to work on now? Because 2070, there will be one. Didn't start, it's not starting now. It won't start in 2026. It started yesterday. What is your skill set? What can you do better? Do you want to align with IDP children, IDP families to make them better? Do you want to align with how we can deal with INEC? Because INEC is still an albatross. I don't see any reason why that man should still be there. He broke everybody. Yes, it's still the same APC that would nominate somebody. I don't care as long as they nominate someone new. Okay, I would pretend that new person would be better. Perhaps, probably not, but perhaps maybe. Okay, Edo State, and I think Ondo State election is upcoming. I'm from Edo, my main state. I mean, we saw the election, the local government election. We were following it. It was nothing to behold. It was nothing to behold. PDP, which is APC, they grabbed all the local government chairmen. Right now, I'm watching to see what INEC will do. Of course, we're all going to be disappointed. But it gives us a position, a bargaining power now. Those of you who know you can do it, guys and women alike. If you want to go in a small group of chasing after INEC or getting INEC accountable, let's start talking now. Let's start figuring out how we can do it. We have the election, we're going to follow the election. We see how they go about it. Or even before the election, start to say, no, we want a change. We want the INEC as a body, as a national body, to do something. We demand free and fair election, which I know we won't get. But again, to some extent, let them know that. Let's start fighting that. Now, let's not only start fighting that, somebody also mentioned the professors. I know they're old school, right? But again, you have some young professors, right? They're old school. We need to start to take them to account. I don't know if you guys know this guy, I Jelly. I heard this first from him. I thought it was a good idea. Shola mentioned it today. Shola that was on not too long ago mentioned it today. How can we all stupid returning officers? Returning officers. Remember that returning officer at Abia? She was the hero. Again, it's a woman. How can we hold our men? Sorry, I love you guys. I love you, Prof. I love you, Sam, Bishop. But she's a woman. How can we hold our INEC so-called returning officers, professors, who should know better? But of course, our country is a mess. How can we start to figure out? Again, let's go to our little groups. Let it be your action item. I don't want to choose any action item for you. There's so many little action items you can pick today as an individual. And then you start thinking about it. You start forming groups about it. You start being pragmatic. If it's talking or educating your community, start doing that. If you have extra change, you want to help people, start doing that. It could be IDP, it could be motherless babies home, start doing that. You know, if it's towards 2027, of course, that's what we should focus on. Start doing that. Start figuring out how do we get INEC accountable. You know, how do we keep also holding their neck? They also want to remove social media. They want to. They have something in the making. They've had it in the making. They got the country, the confidence to come out. You know, a few days ago. Let's even take it up now. Let's tell them we are not scared. Let's tell them we are see if they dare, if they dare take away social media as source of citizenry. Every Nigerian more or less these days is a citizen journalist because we don't have any media, any investigative media. If they who are in that area, if that's your area, start having it as your action item. Start thinking. Again, the time calls pragmatism. Let's not waste this crisis. Let's not allow this crisis to waste. I would yield here. They said the world is enough for the wise. And we're all wise people. We're all leaders present today. Let's do something. Do
Thank
something.
you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a marathon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, YK. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, quickly, let's move next to the professor. I hope you take the rest of the day like YK almost did. Please. Hello, Prof. We can't hear you. Are you there?
Same.
Kayode, are you ready, Mr. Kayode?
Yes.
Thank
It's
you very
totally Kolade.
much.
Whichever one. It's Kolade Kayode.
Kolade, I'm sorry. Yes, call.
No, it's okay. All right. So, for me, I think so many of us got triggered by the young man. Sincerely, that was why I also like, I really don't get where the doctor was coming from. There is nowhere in the world, there is nowhere, I will repeat, there is nowhere in the world. Say someone is an opposition, okay, and you expect them to come and help you solve your own mess, to come and clean up your own mess. What these people are battling, as someone has rightly said, is illegitimacy. Very simple. They remain an illegitimate government. There's nothing. So there's credibilities at stake. So there's nothing you can do right. You did nothing. You think the international community they are blind? They are dumb. When those of us who have invested in Nigeria have lost so much money, so they will bring their own money to come and invest in Nigeria. That must be the joke of the century. So look, we are in this for a long run. And what I would advise people is we have just started. So just tight as obedience, tight your seat belts. Begin to think out of the box to see how you can end outside of the four walls of Nigeria. That is what I would advise people to begin to do right now. See what you can talk, you can collaborate with, see what you can do to get such income. If not, then forget it. Somebody rightly said there's no magic they can do. They've done everything within their powers. They know there is fire on the mountain. They are doing everything, but it's not yielding any result. Why? Because the entire world knows they are a bunch of sage old mouth, a bunch of criminals who all know that. So where do you want to go from there? So it's just both those of them in Senate, House of Rep, in presidency, all of the majority of them are just a kind of rules. What we have is there probably we are talking about, is it because we're just talking about just one arm of the government, not the other arm of the government, and see how they think. So it's just about the masses. And for the masses, I will just when we get to that point, Nobody will tell the next person what to do. Nobody will tell the next person what to do. That is one thing I'm talking about, and that's why you don't see me push anything. I won't tell people what to do. But when they get to that point, you think we are still getting to that point. Hunger no be anybody's choice. We need to understand that. Please, nobody should please come and say they should. Come on, it's ridiculous. What? People are called the government who stole at the election, who messed up our constitution. It's about tell them to do the right thing. Coming to tell Nigerians to do what? What? Yes, whether election hold or not, even 27 is a different ball game. It has nothing to do with what we do now or what is happening right now. So please, let's just get that straight and let's do all we need to do. Right our seatbelts. We are in for a very long ride and it won't be funny. But one thing I'm sure about is this shall pass. And at the end of the day, we shall have the last laugh. This is it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, brother. Kolade. You said Kayode Kolade. Okay, thank you so much for the submission. I think Zinka dropped. Something happened. Thank goodness. We have great minds, making beautiful submissions today. My sis, thank you so much for your word. And Miss Anze, I think everybody come with your fire and motivation because we have to, have to support. And you get them. You flush these people out. They will get out. They do it for themselves to free Nigeria. I think, Prof, I don't think already to speak. If not, to go to purple, green purple,
Um, um, Thank you so much, Uncle Dede. Prof, I can see your. Sorry, I don't even know if I intercepted you. Can I go? I did. Thank you so much, Prof. God bless you. Yes. So I still greet everybody. I can see my mummies and aunties and all the big, all the heroes of democracy. I'm happy having these conversations. Whichever way, I consider everybody who took out their time, for us to talk. So it is that there's a government that is illegitimate that function. But here we are. So to the government, we thought we have won an election in whichever manner they have won it, which we all know and the world knows is crooked. But here we are keeping this conversation going. To me, if I want to be part of the strategist, I was like, I just allow them to continue making noise, ignore them. Don't be like why they haven't arrested him and become it's possible that just be talking and not have so much, so much attention until they arrested Nnamdi Kanu and all those kind of things. The major truth is that what we are doing is already pressure on the government. But I've had so many good submissions here, but they are still as obedient every time we find out we need to be able to talk to ourselves that one of those things is this administration called protest, a call to attention, like I think who was that mentioned something about the African nation could find out there's unity. If you have that kind of government, you can go to the stadium, Nigerian diaspora, and try to go to where it's because people, African leaders will be seeing what's happening there, and then you can speak, and then you can do anything that can bring to the world attention things that is happening there. There's nothing wrong about it. But it's about it. I can tell you the world know about it. The world knows. America would have been able to release all the dossiers that would have helped the Nigerian people to Peter Obi to
have all of those evidences pertaining the drug case, the forgery, the identity theft, name it what it is. But they did not do that. Even though they know that it is an illegitimate government, as long as the Nigerians are concerned, as long as all Nigerians are concerned, as long as all Nigerians are concerned. But this government functions already, and our conversation is very, very, very strategic. We're coming up with a lot of ideas because as we talk, it also gives us an opportunity to open our mind and think: is it actually possible for us to be able to be in a country without actually saying that we have a movement and we have a vehicle that through these activities and process of things, this in Nigeria, because the aim of why we have because we have an ideology, we have a mission, and we have a mission towards ensuring that Nigeria can be free from the worst of all who actually lead us. So far, you discover that within the naivety of like a few, is that the obedient movement of people, because everybody who is here, to a large extent, can guarantee that 80% to 90% of us, the rest might be moles. But among ourselves, like, can transform our talk energy to energy. I know someone like me, I joined the political party. So I could say, yes, we can see what the process is. If the process are wrong, there's no how we can actually effect change. This year, as I speak to you, we have so many people who will have been very, very important, even in the recent election that we have just done. Earlier on, if I retrospect, Mommy Akadede made mention of the role of the judiciary. The role of the judiciary, imagine how crucial it is. But you now find out that judges are already replicating themselves by allowing them to be in the position of power. Where is that position of power? Apart from our ability to be able to actually inform, like Mimi Bolanle said, our duty and position needs this opposition. Right now, even though we are legitimate owners of the Nigerian victory through a Peter Obi presidency, the judiciary has rendered us as opposition. But as opposition, do you know the funny thing about it? 2027 is just around the corner. A lot of Nigerians are still not getting the message. A lot of obedient agents, which were fact during the campaign last year, from WhatsApp groups who wanted to go on campaign rally within the wards. In an APC dominated area where nothing happened. That was the original and no grief for anybody. Without even mentioning the original no grief for anybody. Baba, WhatsApp group will get like 1,000 something people. Mostly support groups, so before even the conversion from support group later to work with the party to ensure that people could have agents in some places. You call for some kind of meeting, paid for DJ, you have paid for the truck you are carrying or the transportation you are paying. Very, very skeletal. But make a video of that and put on the air. Now, for those who grab it, it's going to lots of views. So what it is? What is it? Right? We need to be able to combat a lot. Always the shege is a Portugal marathon. Because if you look at it, we are going in circles. And the good thing about it is that we have a very, very, very solid foundation. The solid foundation is that before Obama, even though Obama is not my favorite president, but there's a strategic election. millennials, young people, voter card issues. People had never, no doubt, we had all of those things happen in Nigeria. But we must win in some numbers because every polling ward, polling unit has a number of accredited people. Okay, now we are obedient. Now today, election is coming. Like in Lagos, that's Majamila's legacy. Majamila's legacy constituency one. Majamila has 8 years. Same constituency as Fatula has 8 years. That's the current president. How do you think without the backing of the movement working together, election is coming. Opinion movement, we have 1,000 agents. One cannot stand to be able to give us results because at the end of the day, that's what will be numbers. Natasha Akpoti Kogi had lost the election, but that if I have my full office forms that are, as in my forms are complete, and I'm tracking the result that is being transmitted from a polling unit to the IREF within that, then they could not turn that result. So we need to find out what are we doing that we have won on, which is a lot. I'm telling you that we have gained a lot of mileage. They might just continue to think in their own stable way to say, I will not defeat them or won't take away our rights. By the actions of things we do, in the science, because the truth about it, no matter how hard a rock is, just have it what drop inconsistent in a particular spot. It looks so difficult and it's very, very, very difficult. Like a band head Lagos, state do Lagos, but come to Lagos, you see you'll see yourself 20 minutes away from the airport. 30 minutes away from the airport, and you'll be asking yourself that if you go to other countries like Nigeria, with the kind of natural resources we have, most of our roads are screensavers. When you go into the general roads, that's when you see that governance is already giving us shege or has been giving us shege. Look at what's happening in the mental states.
Please wrap it up.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I leave with this until we begin to actually structure ourselves, structure the movement in such a way that it can become a force that we can take immediate action, or we can take action that is very, very important. We can do that. I will more. Thank you very much. I know my mind.
Thank you so much. This is your second comment. First comment was fun, but I don't know what to call it. Okay. Who was
Yes, it's true. Abuja won the Surulere. It was APC that won the Surulere with 11,300. Yeah, 240 for the Labour Party. That's the Adebayo LP candidate of 21. Yeah. So yes, yeah, they won the election, even though I was there. So what we have to do is for yes, just as you asked, if you put that apathy, people were actually, and we don't blame that. But if we are hungry alone and we want to win, I'm telling you that every city, every constituency rather, every local government, in all these local government elections will come to. So if we can't get this the grassroots level, there's nothing we can do in politics. That will tell you that the eyes have the ears are just to talk. Look at the house who recorded case of violence. But the truth is that APC spent money. Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I was going to thank you for you know, um, sometimes who knows if it's the result or what they, if it's what they announced. It is what it is, right? But I think and when we take outcome, I hear about it. Yes, it's possible. Or why would people feel that way? Because they know that their votes won't count. There is no, I don't want to judge the outcome of that by-election. But let's move the mic because we are preparing to dominate. Prof, please, yes, we are dominating this space until such a time. No matter what happens, I want to urge us to be strong, be resilient, and dominate the space. It's ours to do. After Prof, we'll have uh, Bera, Bera, Bera Nigeria. We spoke before. Then we will take more rounds. We have people requesting for the mic, and we have new speakers. So we will take Prof after Bera, and Prof. You have the mic.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. C, as fire.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. He was making with Prof. I said, what about the Prof study? He want to make it anyway. That's the side. Let me just dance a little bit for you about El Salvador. El Salvador, we know, is in South America, right? El Salvador, the young man leading that very country now for 4 years, a gangster kidnapping, accused of taking a massive prison right now. 4 years training, did unbelievable, and they just in the last election look at it right now. Even diaspora people, Ecuadorian, sorry, El Salvadorians or whatever, they will live in different countries. We're voting almost every time ever. Diaspora is 42 years. Google it. Because I keep saying I don't come to space just waste time with opinion. Facts are different opinion. Data. After talking about Mario Spaces, and like Mario Spaces one. You may report it, but I'll keep saying it. See, that's the change we're talking about. And then talk about Argentina. The guy, Javier Milei, right, just got from nowhere. He's a professor by the way, and he's a professor economist. He has he's called this crazy man. People call it crazy. He makes some weird theory or whatever. He was a president, right? When I just be laughing at people like that. Probably rough. You laugh at him, you talk about it, you laugh. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. But Argentina voted that guy in. Look at when he got in Argentina now, he reduced the ministers drastically, and they just passing you law. I don't have the time to protest more. That's a fact. If you guys are co-hosting or hosting or speaking, you're not doing yourself good. And that's why I love Mario. When you are hosting or host, you take notes, you get the point there. So that in that space, you make it better. If you want to read the word, it's actually Nigeria. Let's go to Tinubu quickly. Let's praise people to support. Let's see Tinubu become a president. He was now his president, he stole the election, and he invented the seat. He said, citizens, forgive me. In repentance, for safe repentance, forgiveness without turning away is BS, is bullshit. But if he repents from his sins and he turns away and he cuts, spending and he cuts off ministers, like what Sister Pat, I DM her to send me the information what you just gave now. Do you listen to what you said? How many of you took notes? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He doesn't help us. Take note when people speak. Sister Pat from Jamaica, that point was very great. And nobody emphasized that point. That Tinubu is this, is that, is why. Look at the figure, right? And so Tinubu cut off these things, right? Because, okay. And then Tinubu said, citizens will say, okay, Tinubu, listen. Since you repent, you turn away from your sins. Now, Anek, who put you there? Cut him off. You say, yes, my people. He does it. Then we are working forward. What about the judges who gave you the mandate? Cut them off. You say, yes, I listen to you. He sacked most of them. Call a national, the legal framework, select the good judges, take away the criminals. What will happen? Then we are kind of having a light at the end of the tunnel. Someone said, instead of saying the light at the end of the tunnel, why not the light at the beginning of the tunnel? I love that quote. So I want to really tell us that the story about Nigeria, like what Akadede said, the fight goes on. We must do more. The hardship in Nigeria is not just coming to space and talk and say thank you very much. Without you co-hosting, you speaking, you don't take notes. You're not even working on the notes that in next space, We buttress it, we empower it, we copy Marios instead of you attacking someone who's doing better. That's what they do in Nigeria, Africa. They keep people prophets who are doing better. We joke with them, and criminals, they just elevate them. We should stop that mindset. I just put it right here. Just 2 seconds, 2 minutes. How the brain works. When you program the brain when you're grown-ups, how you program your brain when you are a child. For me, the way I talk, people don't understand me. I do both ways. I'm a grown-up, I also behave like a child. You must be like that, because a child, a big tree in the forest, is hard to bend. That was the problem in humanity. People had just mind themselves. So why is it that you see grown-ups, they don't protest? They say protest, no. Revolution, no. Gaslighting, I like it. Once I like you, you can gaslight me as you can. On spaces, in Nigeria soil, whatever, just keep on. Fierce, yes. You know, suffering, I can suffer until I die. I will bow down. Why? It's the brain. That's how the brain works. It's the brain, it's the mindset. I think Sister Bolade said it very well. He said, wired is another way of mindset, synonym, right? And what happens? How do we change that? Revolution. How do we change that? By coming here to talk on spaces. And you hold this space. I don't have the time to hold spaces. I have more time to speak on spaces more than holding. If you're holding a space, you are spending your data, whether it is 1 naira. If do that 1 naira space as best you can and ask, did I do my space very well? How can I get better? This is you are wiring your brain. Instead of attacking ideas of change of your brain, of your life. No matter how old you are, no matter you're a professor, I don't care. Whether you're a housewife, I don't care. Whether you're a teacher, I don't care.
Eziokwu Naijiria akago nka ebe ma Naijiria akago nka ebe ma Eziokwu Naijiria akago nka ebe ma Naijiria akago nka Ịmama Naijiria na nyutu nwanne n'ụlọ ebe nwanne Ịmakwa ndị yutu ọ na-agwa gị ebe ahụ, ndị yutu ọ na-agwa gị ebe ahụ n'obodo. Gọọmenti na-eti maka pati ihe, ndị yutu solitebe n'okpukpe gịrịgịrịgịrị. Mana ị ga-ege nwere ndị yutu Naijiria, ndị yutu Naịjirịa. Babangida bụ onye yutu ya. Ịmakwa na ọbụbụ ndị bụ onye yutu ya. Ejidere eme n'obodo. Ịchọpụtalụ na Buhari bụ onye yutu ya. Ọrụ emume ọrụ na Ati mana bulu na kunde pada. Najeriya kale kae de bulu ma. Bulu ma na tumu bu be de yuki. Tumu be de yuki. Najeriya kale kae de bulu. Yamba 1999. Abara tude nkuduya. Wale bulu bali na na banga kare de bulu. Bali bali na na banga kare. Atuja na banga kare. Bali na na banga